What's Brewin' is presented by Crown Trophy of Little Rock. Nationally known, locally owned. Crown Trophy of Little Rock is more than awards. They can customize apparel, uniforms, giftware, and more. Crown Trophy of Little Rock is owned by a mom of 3 PA alums, Callie, Chris, and Carter. Visit them online at crowntrophy.com and be sure to thank them for supporting PA Live.
Hi, I'm Matt Walsh, and you're watching PA Live.
What's Brewin' is presented by Crown Trophy of Little Rock. Nationally known, locally owned. Crown Trophy of Little Rock is more than awards. They can customize apparel, uniforms, giftware, and more. Crown Trophy of Little Rock is owned by a mom of 3 PA alums, Callie, Chris, and Carter. Visit them online at crowntrophy.com and be sure to thank them for supporting PA Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Brewin'. I'm Joshua Carroll, of course, joined by Coach Kelly. Coach, we had a tough week last week. We traveled to Brentwood, Tennessee to play Ravenwood. First time these two schools have met. How was the drive out there, the travel? Was that pretty harsh?
You know, on our school bus, on one of the buses, the air conditioner kind of went out. And so 6 hours in the summer heat. I bet it was close to 90 on the bus on the way over. It makes it tough, but you know, in the end, we tell the kids what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And so, you know, you battle different obstacles and stuff like that. But in the end, you know, we're blessed to be a part of what we are and have what we have. So, you know, if something happens like that, you just keep on going with what the good parts are and get past the bad.
Well, I know if the heat makes you stronger, we must be a bunch of he-men and women after that broadcast, because we were baked after that game. It was, I think somebody measured the heat index at 114.
Wow.
That was before the game started, before the sun went down.
It was warm when the sun was up. We were warming up, yeah.
Well, so the final score in that one was 47-61. But if you had looked at the offensive yards, the amount of time that the Bruins had the ball, you would have clearly thought that the Bruins had won it. You know, we had a total of 673 offensive yards versus Ravenwood's 465, and we had possession of the ball almost double what they had at 32 minutes, and then they had it for just over 15 minutes. How do you equate those? How do you balance that equation?
And we ran 103 plays. They ran 39, I think. Right. You know, so we had you know, we're way more plays, 250% more plays than they had. But what it is they scored a couple of quick. I say a couple. They scored a lot of quick plays. They had the one kid that I think literally, somebody was talking to me today, I said, that's the most talented team in 28 years I've ever coached. I coached in 5 years in Texas that I've coached against. And I've seen some great players, great teams, but they've got more overall talent maybe than anybody I've ever seen. And they're well coached. But that one kid that caught all the long passes, you know, I think he had 8 receptions for 358 or something like that, 7 touchdowns receiving. And then he had another one rushing. He's the fastest kid in person on a field I've ever seen.
Wow.
In high school football. And they scored quickly. So they didn't have the ball long as far as your possession you were talking about, time, which, you know, the good and the bad. The good is it plays right into our hands. We want to get into a game where there's a lot of possessions. We obviously don't want them to score. But when there's a lot of possessions, we think we're going to stop them a higher percentage of time than they're going to stop us. So that said, let's say we're going to score 75% of the time, and let's say they're going to score 50. Well, if we have the ball 4 times in a game, we're going to score 3 touchdowns, we're going to score 2. That's only a 1 touchdown difference. So it's a close game where at the end, a bad call, a fumble, a pick, anything might change the game. But let's take the same percentage and go 16 possessions. Now we're going to score 12 times, they're going to score 8. That gives us room to mess up because it's a 4 touchdown difference. No, And why that's important is we never want to leave it in the ref's hands. We would never want to leave it where one mistake can cost us the game. So we don't mind increasing the number of possessions. So if they're going to score, we just assume them score fast.
Right.
And increase the total number of possessions in a game. So that doesn't bother us. That doesn't, usually we don't end up with a time of possession win. But in this case we did, because they did what we usually do, scored really fast.
In this particular game, we actually came away with 3 out of the 7 attempted fourth down conversions. Do you have a number that you go for every game? You try to go for like 50%? Or
Yeah, since 2006, when I really started keeping good records on it, we're right above 50%, like 50.2%, I think, over that number of years. So, that's what we expect to be in the big picture of it. 3 out of 7 is 42.9%, I think. Is that right?
That sounds right.
And so, that was a little below, but that's a small sample size, one or the other. And, unfortunately, one of those was a big one for us. Later in the game, we got tied, and I called a bad call. I called a bad play. But yeah, we like to be around 50%.
Braden Bratcher, a couple of weeks ago, broke all kinds of records with a 900-yard game. Of course, this game wasn't too bad for him. He actually came away with 585 yards total offense. He seems to be getting more and more comfortable as the leader of this team.
Yeah, and against 2 really good teams, he's done that against. And we're capable, to me, and I hate to say this sounds terrible because we've got to play a tough game Friday too, but we're one of the best offensive teams in the nation over the last 13 years. We finished in the top 5 every year except one out of 16,000 high schools. And so we're really good offensively. We've got a good scheme, we've got a good system, and then when you put a kid in there, what we're really good at is adapting it to the type of quarterback we have. If we've got a Freddie Knight or a Braden Bratcher, we adapt it to that. If we've got a Will Heffley that stands in the pocket and throws, or a Stephen Lux, or a Spencer Keith, we adapt it to that. And Braden has adapted himself to our offense as well much better this year. And I think you're seeing the benefits of that. And against 2 really good teams, look at Springdale Harbor, we beat them. And everybody's like, well, they must not be very good on defense. I hate it when people take credit from our kids.
Right.
Our kids played well on offense. And then they turn around and beat Russellville, who has their coach used to be Little Rock Christian's coach and put up great numbers, beat them 49-0. And so you're like, wait, they give up 0 against Russellville, a good 6A school. Maybe their defense is pretty good. Maybe it was our offense that was good, not their defense that was bad. And the same thing, we gave up some points on defense, and they turned around and scored 50 on Russellville, who has Todd Wood, our old defense coordinator, who we know is really good. And so, when you look at it like that, what Braden's doing, but for the 2 teams we play, because Ravenwood really is probably the best high school team I've ever played against. And for him to do that against them, with an undersized team, 4 kids over 200 pounds, 3 offensive linemen that aren't 200 pounds, they've got a kid that's going to be in the NFL. That DN will be an NFL player someday. And maybe that receiver too, and they've got a D tackle that might be too. So, with that and what he's able to do, it's absolutely amazing. But it goes to show you, last year he was learning how to fit himself into our offense, and I was learning how to fit it around him. And this year he's already adapted to our offense. It's throw when we can, run if you have to.
Sure. And
he's doing that almost perfectly right now.
There were a couple of times you could kind of see the wheels turning in the back of his mind as he's looking, and he would just kind of make that type of decision and get those first downs when he could. It was pretty impressive. Of course, one of the ones that we've been waiting for to show up on the varsity team, Joe Hyman, he's really showing out this year. And to come away with, he had 120 receiving yards, total offense of 149 yards. You could see him continuing to be a big player for this year's team.
Yeah, it's funny, and I'd said it before, I think, with another media group. They were talking about Joe and all the junior high coaches that coached him. And I watched him. They were telling me since he was in 5th and 6th grade, this kid's good. He's going to be an impact player in high school his sophomore year. And then last year, 7th and 8th grade he was, obviously. And then 9th grade, he played one game, got hurt. And they're like, I don't care. He's going to be that good. That's happened before, and it's just tough to have such an impact your sophomore year. You're 15,
right?
And the rest of the kids are 17 and 18 years old, if you're Joe. And so I was skeptical, and I kept seeing him in practice. I'm like, this kid. Then he got hurt in the summer. He was out for 4 to 6 weeks, and So I was, number one, I was worried about his safety and being able to endure a high school season. So I had to be smart with that. But they were right. I was wrong. What an impact the kids had. And I didn't really think it was going to be receiving-wise, but because he wasn't good coming in as a receiver. But he worked really hard this summer and in the spring on catching the ball out of the backfield. And now we love to throw it to him out of the backfield. They're extended runs. Right. They count as receiving yards, but they're extended runs. I mean, I would say 90% of his passes have come at or behind the line of scrimmage, right, not down the field. Sure. And now he's definitely shown the ability, like on that trick play against Harbor, to go up and catch the ball. He's a player. But he's basically doing extended runs out of the backfield, and you look up, and the kid's got 300-something yards receiving in 2 games. Right. And just wait, the running will come. Right. I promise you the rushing's going to come with that. And then when people realize he can do both, I mean, it's going to be trouble right. for the other team when he can do either one of those things.
It's just impressive to watch him. And like you said, I didn't expect to see him receiving at all. And so when he came in at Harbor and started catching passes, I'm like, wait a minute, they're using him as both. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah. Another one that really impressed me this week was Cooper White. He walked away with 6 receptions for 80 yards total. He's really, again, looks like he's putting in a lot of effort there.
And all crucial. Cooper comes from John David, and everybody knows how good he was for us. He's at Arkansas now, walking on there. And Cooper's got a chance to be just like him. And Cooper's a junior, and he's still learning some things. But Cooper Cooper really makes crucial plays. It's weird. He's one of those kids that every once in a while he'll drop a ball that's easy. Right. But then he catches the crazy hard ones. And, the little slant he caught for the touchdown that helped really get us back in and get the momentum back for us for a touchdown against Ravenwood was a tough one because it's there and Braden throws the ball 100 miles an hour and the ball's on you before you can even find it really coming out of his hands. And they blitzed everybody, so he ran even like a 2-yard slant route. And we don't do a lot of those, but the ball's on you, and he caught that and then runs through a tackle. He made another one to set up the field goal right before the half where he caught the ball over the middle with a safety coming down on him hard and a linebacker underneath him. He splits them, ran the perfect route because we let them adjust their routes. We don't say run 5 steps and run a 45-degree angle. We let them pick their route between guys and stuff and have a lot of teaching in that. He does that perfectly, catches it in traffic, gets down quickly like we asked for, so we get to run a play before we run the field goal. And so he stepped up, and we got a lot of talented receivers, but he's a kid that's really got a chance to take that next step and go play somewhere in college if he keeps improving like he has now.
You had several who actually received in this past game. You had Mason Cobb also received for 5 passes. Dylan Allison, who was being used last year, is really just a punt returner. Yeah. We see him on the field catching multiple passes.
A kick returner.
Kick returner.
We don't return those punts.
You're right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for the correction.
I was thinking for a second.
No, not a punt returner.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing. I don't know if I've mentioned it to you before. I love watching the other team's faces. Not the coaches, not the fans. I love watching the players' faces whenever they kick off to us they punt to us and all of our guys exit the field and they're looking around like, what did we miss? What just happened?
It's funny when I go to coaching clinics. And I speak at a lot of those clinics, and somebody will ask me about that. I never do a clinic on that. Sure. Obviously, it would last 2 seconds. But they'll ask, at the end, I take the question, be like, hey, coach, we've watched y'all's film. Why do y'all not return punts? And it's real easy. I'll say it's not only that we don't return punts, but we also don't try to block the punt. And I said, what you're doing? I said, how many of y'all on 4th and 1, you wanted to block a punt, or 4th and 3, and you've had a punt block on where your guys jumped off sides because they're edgy. They've got to get that edge, And everybody in the room raised their hand. I said, okay, so there's one turnover. Because it's a turnover. You were about to get the ball back, and now they get the ball. It's a turnover. Right. I said, how many of y'all have roughed the kicker? Your guy's trying to get back there. He's fighting to block that punt. You got the punt block on. He knows he's roughed the kicker. Everybody in the room raised their hand. So how many of y'all have ever fumbled punt returner when they get it back? You get down there, and they all raise their hand. I go, not us, not once. Right. 10 years, we haven't. Every time they've wanted to give the ball back, we've taken it. We've gotten it. And I said that's part of it. I look at the field position, and in college and the pros and high school, the net punt doesn't change much. It goes between 34 and 39 yards. That's the net punt you're going to get. And but anyway, going back to Mason Cobb, great first week. This week they took Mason away from us, and we have a couple plays that we really like, and he's really good at running. They saw in Harbor, he caught the first play of the game and took it for a touchdown. or they caught the first touchdown of the game passing wise. And they took him away from us. We were still able to get him the ball, but that's what opened it up for some of the other guys. And, and one guy I think of was Miles Marotti. Mm-hmm. Miles is a little skinny kid that I didn't know how much he's going to be playing this summer. He worked it out. He worked really hard. I'm like, I got to give this kid a chance. And that's what we built our program on. It's hardworking kids. Everybody thinks, oh, you had a Hunter Henry and you had a Freddie Knight and stuff. Those are far and few between. Love those guys.
Right.
Obviously, we love having those guys. The Joe Hymans that's going to go play college somewhere one day. But we've built a program on kids that work hard and go, what can I do to play? And I'll say, hey, learn every position. So you'll see him out there. He's running 5 different positions. And what a game he had. A couple of crucial. Started us off with a touchdown. Had another one they called back. And then caught a couple of 15, 20-yard passes. One that we really needed a first down on. And so Joe opens it up for them. Braden opens it up for them. Then when they take them away, and Mason away, that opens it up for Braden and Joe. And when you've got guys that you trust, which we trust all these guys, Cooper White, you mentioned, Mason Cobb, I mentioned Miles Marotti, you got Joe, and you got, a couple of those, Joe's going to be a star. It just is what it is. And I'm not trying to make everybody jealous that's watching for their own child, but he is. God gave him some abilities, and Braden's doing his thing. But what they should do is be rooting for these guys because they're great people and great kids. But because they're opening up for their kid too. If they're like, I wish my son was getting more passes, they will. Right. Trust me, as people take people away, they will. And that's what opened it up for some of these other guys when they take Mason Cobb away this week, or when they tried to take Joe away this week, which they did. Then we've got other guys that'll step up and catch the ball and do their thing. So it's pretty fun to watch as a football coach.
Sure, no doubt.
Into the game, going into that, we talk about offense a lot. I heard a lot about our defense the week before in Harbor, and we gave up a lot of points, and I know, and we've still got to keep getting better and make some changes and stuff. But I was really, really proud of our defense for what they were able to do in the second half. We came out, they had to we were down 28-6 at one point. We had to have some stops. Now we got a couple onside kicks that helped us, but we had to have some stops, and they did a great job against most talented team I've ever seen. They did a great job against those guys of making stops. Got one turnover, stop on 4th downs, and I was really proud of our defensive effort and the way they were able to step up and play really well, especially for a team that spreads you way out like that, where you're not going to have a bunch of gang tackles. Right. Hard to tackle in the open field. They use their athletes well. So I was really proud of our defense this past week, especially in the second half and what they were able to do.
And to me, it looked like coming into the second half of that game, I couldn't really tell whether the Bruins came out really on fire the second half, maybe a little more than the first half, or if maybe I keep wanting to call them the Ravens, Raptors.
The Raptors, yeah.
The Raptors, maybe they were getting tired in the second half, which was a combination of both?
It was a combination of both. Now, early in the second half, they should have been rested and coming out. I'll be honest, I was worried early. I walked out of I was late getting out of the locker room. I was talking to a kid separately back there and trying to get some things right with him. Kids, it's funny. People wonder what's going on. Well, what goes on with the kids? Some kids, when things are going bad, you're down 28-6 or whatever, you go in at halftime. Some use it as a chip on their shoulder. They're mad. They're motivated. They're going to go out and give it a little more or whatever. And some of them lose complete confidence, and you've got to build them back up at halftime. The kids and you don't want that to be. You're not going to play good if you don't think you're going to play good. So I'm late coming out of halftime. Literally, they've already kicked off when I get to the end of the field. I mean, the end of the field. I'm coming through the gate. I can't find the guy to open the gate. And I sent the kid on, and I'm jogging slower. He's hustling to get up there. I'm jogging slower. And they've kicked off. And I didn't get to see what happened when I'm at the corner of the field. And I look, and by the time I get to the coaching box where I can call the play, I look up and we've got the ball like to 5. I'm like, what the heck happened on the kickoff? Well, look, watching the film now, I see we've tried to pick it up, fumbled around, kid picked up and stepped out of bounds. Right. And which we've got to, I've got to fix those things. But we start on the 5 coming out of half, and I'm like, God, this is the bad scenario. This is when, and then we promptly march it down 95 yards for a touchdown. Right. That gave us momentum. Nobody's got momentum coming out of the half. Maybe we've got more confidence because I went in basically and said at halftime, guys, we're down 34-17, and we've played terrible. We fumbled the ball. We've thrown interceptions in the end zone. We were about to score, and they ended up going down and scoring instead. That's a 14-point swing. We've played as bad as we can play. And this is the best team I've ever seen, and somehow we're still in the game. This means we can play with them if we just fix a few things. I'm hoping we came out of there with confidence. I think we did. And I've had many people say, what did you do at halftime? I went in, and is there a little motivation? Yeah. I give them a little rah-rah. But at the same time, I just explained to them, here's what we've done wrong. Do y'all understand? These are mistakes that everybody in the world would think we made, that we are easily fixable. Just don't fumble the ball. That's easily fixable. Don't throw a pick. That's easily fixable if we change a couple things. And so I think they came out with some confidence, like, wait a minute. Because we went in, the atmosphere, the hype. I mean, it was USA Today had it as one of the top 8 games in the country. Out of 8,000 games, one of the top 8 in the country, did a little thing on it. And I think, and having 2 weeks off, we come in and the speed's there, and I hadn't got them ready for the speed of it because we've been off for 2 weeks. And they walk out there and like, holy moly, a little bit shell-shocked, much like teams are when they come in here to our place. And, then coming out of halftime, I think they were completely confident, like I wish we would have been at the beginning, which showed me some things I've got to do. But coming out of halftime, I think we were confident, a little motivated, but very confident because you're like, okay, we can do this. This isn't. And then you go down to March 95, and we had the ball for quite a few plays. Their defense got a little tired, which helped. And, another thing that helps us win, in my opinion, people go, why aren't you playing Joe on defense? Why aren't you playing Braden on defense? Why aren't you playing, some of the, Dylan Allison both ways?
Got to rest at some point.
Yeah, that showed perfectly because in the first quarter, maybe if we had our best athletes out there all the time, that'd be great. But in the third and fourth, it showed because they were playing some of their studs both ways.
Right.
They were dead tired. So you were right on. It was a little bit of both. We were confident and motivated and moved the ball down. They got tired, and as the game went on, they were dying.
Right.
You could see it in their kids on our sideline for kickoffs, and when the plays would come our way, they were struggling, and our kids were still fresh. So in the first quarter, when let's just say a Joe Hyman playing defense would be a 5 out of 5 or a 10. Let's go on a scale of 1 to 10. So the kid's athletically a 10. In the first quarter, he's going to be a 10 on the defense and the offense. In the third quarter, he's going to be about an 8 and 8 because he's tired. In the fourth quarter, at the end of the game, he's going to be a 5 and a 5 because everybody's tired. You're not as good. You just aren't. And you'd like to go suck it up, dig it out. That's all nice to say. But when you've played 103 plays on offense and you throw in another 50 on defense, that's a lot of plays. So now all of a sudden, their guys that were, our guys that were 6s, their guys that are 10s, it starts balancing up later in the game because our kids are fresher and seem like 8s in the fourth quarter. Their 10s are now 6s, and we do start catching up. And that just showed me, honestly, in that respect, forget the overall, what people will never get behind the scenes when you got 22 different starters, how great that is for your football team.
Sure.
It's just better when you can practice different. They've all got incentives. And when you've got 22, we play a lot more than that on offensive level. We play a lot more than that on defense. You've got 33 kids that are playing in the first quarter of the game. That's a big deal for your culture of your team, and it enables you to dangle carrots out to get them playing time and motivate them everywhere else and study more and do those things. But you hit it right on. We came out, and when we drove down, we were confident. We got more confidence. We got a little bit of that momentum that people say is an intangible thing, but you could feel it in that game. We got to 40-40. We can talk about that in a minute, but they were dead tired, and the longer we went, the more tired they got, the better it was for us. And if not for a few plays that gave them a little spark, we go in and we end up coming back and beating them.
Well, Coach, you mentioned about momentum. And, one of the things that I heard around the crowd, and I kind of was thinking the same thing when I went back and watched the game after, how much do those TV timeouts hurt momentum? And you said it's an intangible thing to begin with, but, when you consider the fact that, it's got to be a mental thing for one. I mean, no one can doubt when you look at baseball that baseball is a complete mental mental game. Football, that's got to be, that momentum has to be part of the momentum or the mental game there, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right, and it's both. It's momentum comes from the mentality of both teams, and it's funny. I've talked to a lot of guys that like to run numbers and the analytics people in the world, and some really really smart people that work for ESPN and do the analytics for. And they've engineered some pretty cool little things that they run. But one of the things they won't do is bring momentum into play. And they say when you can't assign a constant to it, a constant value, and I get that.
Sure.
There's the science in the world, and I'm a biology minor, so I get it. But we won't bring that into play. But it is a very real thing, and it's something we see on onside kicks when we get one, and we see when we convert a fourth down. I've got some numbers that back those things up, but it comes from the mentality of when you get confidence, you're playing a little quicker. Quarterbacks are throwing the ball a little sooner because he's not like, I think that guy, he's not like, I think that defender turned his hips, I'm supposed to throw it down. Or I think that defender stayed flat, I'm supposed to throw it over him. He's not doubting that and hesitating, and now he's got more room for errors, delivering the ball quicker. We've got more room for run after the catch. Defensively, a linebacker isn't like, wait a minute, they ran a reverse while ago. Is he really going to do that, or is a reverse coming? He's a step slower to react. Right. Now he's attacking. He's getting there sooner at point of attack. A guy didn't have a chance to get in the open field and break a run. It all plays into the confidence of the player. Then you get what we call momentum. Everything's going right for you. And it's funny. I'm an analytical guy. I like to have reasons for everything. I like to have numbers to back it up because I think we're wrong when we go, that's a good play we ran all last year. And you look and you ran it twice good and 15 times terribly, but you remember the two good ones. I think our mind's full of us. I almost want to go, momentum is a concrete thing. You can feel it. I feel this table that's concrete. You could feel it the other night.
Right.
When we started coming back, especially when it was 40 to 22, to 24. So we're down 16. And I told our kids, we're within 2 scores. People don't look and go 16, look and go 2 touchdowns. We'll find a way to make a good 2-point conversion on both of those. When it was 40-22, we got it, or 40-24, we got it to 40-32. Where we're 1 touchdown, 1 2-point. We had already made the previous 2-point. You could feel it. And when we hit 40, and Mason Cobb runs that in to make it 40-40, it wasn't intangible anymore. I hate to say that. It was very tangible. We knew we had it. We felt it. They felt it. And it's amazing how it influences sports. But we had it all the way up to that point until we gave it back, or until they took it back. Depends on how you look at it. Sure. And on that side, you say you took it, and on this side, we say we gave it. Right. But it's a very real thing. But it comes from confidence. It comes from mentality. It becomes a very real thing because when you have it, it's because you're confident. You are a step sooner. You're not hesitating at all. You're just reacting, not thinking. You're trusting what Malcolm Gladwell would call thin slicing, that your brain sees all these things and you react to it without overthinking it, so to speak, and that's what makes it happen.
You talked about the great job that defense did in the second half, and of course the defense in tackles anyway was led by Fuda Shinkawa. No surprise there. He's been a defensive star for this team the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But you've also got Clinton Wilson, Trent Sawyer. Looking back at Fuda, I see that he had 2.5 tackles for loss for 14 yards. He's just killing it out there.
Yeah, it's amazing because when I talk about Fuda with people, and, especially last year when he was named All-State as a sophomore, and they're like, how big's this kid?
Right.
Oh, he's 140. That's another non-conventional thing we do. I mean, we have to on the defensive line because, you got Wilson Miller out there. It's 175 pounds, and that's not a defensive lineman. Not in our league, but it is for us. But, what we've done is our defensive coach has done a great job of scheming our defense around the speed and quickness rather than the size. Now, sometimes the size is going to hurt you, but sometimes that speed helps us. Fuda's the fastest kid I've ever seen from 0 to 5 yards. I mean, ever that I've ever coached. And he uses that well, and our coaches, instead of putting him in the secondary where overall speed matters, 40 yards matter because you got to chase the guy down the field, put him on the line, blitz him some. He gets to that 5 yards quicker than that tackle can get to him to block it.
Right.
He chases, a lot of his tackles, his tackles behind the line, the ball went the other direction. It was going the other way, and he comes off this side and chases it down backside. Because a lot of times a running back, when you hand it off and he's running the other way, he's hesitating because they're looking for a hole to cut back in. Cutbacks are big and big in the big play world and run, so running backs are looking for that. You hesitate with Fuda chasing you down,
right?
And we don't. And some of the other kids can't do that. They'll give it their effort, but they can't get there.
Right.
Fuda chases you down backside. We had a great blitz on when we really needed the ball, and we got the ball back. The quarterback ended up fumbling. They ended up calling him down, but he's in the pocket, and Fuda's coming off the edge. He sees Fuda immediately and takes off sprinting the other way. We've got 3 kids from the play side chasing him, and Fuda catches him first. And that's Fuda. And He's really quick, but he's got a motor. He never thinks the play's out of reach because he's proven to himself and us time and time again that the play is never out of reach. And he's a lot of fun. You know, when I every once in a while I'll quit coaching and watch the film as a fan, and I think that's important to my psyche. I think more coaches should do that. When I watch it, I'm always a big fan of Fuda, not because he makes the plays. That's fun to watch, but because of his effort and the way he's got that quickness. And then you stop yourself and like, that's a 140-pound linebacker just creating havoc. You know, I think of Lawrence Taylor. I think of Ray Lewis. You don't think of Fuda.
No.
And so it's amazing and fun to watch. It's got to be fun for fans to watch.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It is a lot of fun. Looking forward to this week. We've got on Friday, we're traveling down to Shreveport, Louisiana for what seems like the second time, but it's a different school.
Different school, yeah.
Evangel Christian Academy. Right now they're 1-1. They're ranked in the state of Louisiana number 37. What do you know about Evangel?
I know that, I don't know if our watchers know, but 10, 15 years ago, that was the storied program in the United States.
Right.
They were the most recognizable name in the United States. And it might be us now because of the craziness and we're good, but they were so recognizable. They're still good in Louisiana. What's funny is they had some problems in their school, and they're a religious school, Shreveport Evangel Christian. Mm-hmm. I think their proper name. And they had some problems in their church. They spun off in Calvary Baptist, so they actually went down for a while. They were doing so good. They won state championships so much for a while. The state did opposite of what Arkansas did. Arkansas started taking the private schools, and some states take every school. If you win, they move you up. It's like soccer in England. The relegation move you down, and you move up if you win enough. Well, they moved them. They won a state championship, they'd move them up. Then they'd move them up again. Then they move them again. Finally, they were winning the top classification, and they go, wait a minute, we're putting them at the bottom. So they put them all the way down at the bottom, and they just dominated. But they're like, maybe that'll make kids not want to go to school. Who wants to play single A ball? If you can play higher. So there was some of that. That's some of their ranking. On film, really good. Yeah. They're in the top probably 10 most talented teams I've seen. And they're going to have some guys that go on and star and go to LSU. If you'll remember, they were putting guys at USC. They had the Booty brothers that were quarterbacks. Yep. They were putting guys at LSU. They're talented and well coached. And they play a good schedule in the non-conference. They'll run through their conference schedule. They'll go undefeated. But they're like us. They play a good non-conference schedule. I mean, they're playing us. I give them some credit for playing great non-conference and getting them ready for the postseason. And they're ranked 37, not because they're the 37th best team, but because of where they've got to play.
Sure.
You just can't rank them that high because they're not going to play anybody in the state of Louisiana once they get into conference and stuff. Right. So really, really good team. I hate to be playing this good of teams back-to-backs, but I do know back-to-back, but I do know in the end it's going to be good for us. But really good team. I'm hoping we can go down there and represent our state, represent our school well with our type of play, and I know our kids are going to play hard, so I'm always proud of that.
Well, with the number of fans that showed up to Brentwood, I mean, I was just excited to see how many people came out for that game. There's no doubt that we're going to pack that visitor section. I
should have said that at the beginning. I was in awe. I expected to go out there and see, we got 53 kids, 106 parents out there, and maybe some grandparents.
Sure.
And it was packed.
It was completely packed.
And they always amaze. I mean, it always amazes me. We go to Dallas and Highland Park and it's packed. We go to Chaminade, California, and I'm like, we have 500 people follow us out there. I'm amazed. And Nashville was huge. I looked and I couldn't believe how many fans were there. And it's former players, it's former students, it's parents that had kids here 10 years ago. You bring a big game out and everybody's coming no matter where it is. And what a great atmosphere for the kids.
No kidding. So hopefully we're going to see the same thing when we go to Shreveport this week.
Yeah.
And but if you can't make it down there to join us, you can find the game at pabruins.tv or just look us up on YouTube at PA Live and throw us a subscription there. We'll make sure you get notified every time we have a new game. Coach, thanks again for joining me.
Enjoyed it as always.
We'll see you on Friday.
Sounds good.
Everyone else, thanks. This has been What's Brewing.
Hello, I'm Daniel McGrath, and I play the trumpet and flugelhorn in the PA Jazz Band. we would like to invite you to join us for an evening of jazz on Wednesday, September 25th at 7:30 in the Murphy Theater. You'll hear familiar tunes like Sir Duke, Moanin', and Feel So Good. The concert is free of charge, and we guarantee you'll enjoy it or your money back. So mark your calendars for Wednesday, September 25th at 7:30 in the Murphy Theater.
Oh, hello! We are the cast and crew of PA Theater's fall play, The Curious Savage.
Please join us on October 12th and 13th in Murphy Theater as we perform this fun, heartwarming comedy.
The Curious Savage follows the story of Ethel Savage, that's me, whose husband recently died and left her with a fortune.
Contrasting the kindness and loyalty of psychiatric patients with the avarice and greed of so-called respectable public figures. It calls into question the standard definitions of sanity while lampooning celebrity culture.
Mark your calendars for October 12th at 7 p.m. and October 13th at 2 p.m. We're so excited to perform and hope to see you there.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley Godwin, class of 2013, and you're watching PA Live.
We have a very special treat for you. It's called the Evangel Walking Taco.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm Joshua Carroll, joined by Holt Short and Brooks Beasley as the Bruins are here this evening to take on the Evangel Eagles. Good evening, guys. How's it going?
Hello. Doing just fine. How about you?
Not too shabby.
Good.
It's been actually a very pleasant evening out here.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, we were expecting a lot of rain when we got here, and of course the rain did come, but it kind of pushed through before we arrived. So that was pleasant. And I tell you, everyone that we have spoken with since we arrived today has been so welcoming, and the facilities here are just fantastic. It's a beautiful night for some football.
Yes, sir.
It's a little bit warm still. I think we're at 76 degrees, but the humidity is really up there. It's kind of sticky. I mean, so we're doing okay as far as that goes.
Kind of what you expect when you're in Louisiana, though. It's just a little bit of humidity
at
all times.
Yeah, but I think hopefully we'll see fewer heat-related injuries, cramps, and that kind of thing throughout this game. So we'll have to wait and see. Now we do have two things to mention here in the pregame show. First of all, I wanted to welcome you, of course, to the Applied Research Center of Arkansas pregame show. And so just, folks, I hope you're sitting down. We've got two players, key players for the Bruins, that are out this week. And that is our primary quarterback, Braden Bratcher. He is out with an injury this week. And I just learned before I came upstairs, and I don't think I told you guys this because I wanted to hear your reaction live on the air, Jaden Kelly is also out this week.
Oh.
Ooh.
Right.
Dang.
So now, here's what, I did have a chance to speak with Coach, let me preface that, hang on. Arkansas Razorback Hall of Fame coach, Anthony Lucas.
Anthony Lucas.
And it's great to have him back out here. Of course, he wasn't on the field with us last week because he was actually being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And, he would shake his finger at me if he heard that I said that way. I've never known a more modest man. But I was talking to him before the game, and I asked him, is that going to put a crimp on the Pulaski Academy offense tonight? And he said, not really. They actually practice operating this way. It's their philosophy. It's just the next man up.
Right.
Yep.
It's the next man up.
Yeah, well, and I expect to see a mix of, the triplets in the backfield, if you will, Mason Cobb. And, well, previously it would have been Azarius Woods and Jaden Kelly. Now with Kelly out, but Woods is back. He was out with an injury last week midway through the game. He was on crutches, but he was back out on the field practicing. So I expect to see Cobb and Woods and Joe Hyman back there. And then, of course, Nolan Bruffett will be taking the majority of the snaps in the shotgun. But speaking of Joe Hyman, I was looking at some of his stats, and he has put up some impressive numbers so far this year for a sophomore. He's only, as a running back, he's only put up 106 yards, I believe, which is not
all that much.
But then when you factor in the receiving yards, he's, I believe, right around the 400 total yards mark, and 300 yards receiving. And several touchdowns. He is certainly making an impact so far in this early going of the season.
He certainly is.
Well, one of the things that really impressed me about him, he runs so hard. You know, he's a tough runner.
Yes, sir.
Well, so obviously we've got others that are going to step up tonight. Of course, the primary quarterback for tonight anyway, stepping up, is going to be Nolan Bruffett.
Yep.
He's already shown that he has the talent, he has the ability. Then behind him we have
Charlie Pfizer.
Charlie Pfizer.
Yep.
We also have, they could put anybody in that slot.
Yeah.
And they often do. It doesn't take an injury to do that.
No.
So.
Yeah, we were talking about how they have the trips in the backfield. You don't really want to call the quarterback in the shotgun when one goes right and left. It's literally just three guys that could take off with the ball either direction. So it looks like we got a smoke machine going out here for the entrance of the.
Well, I thought they were just grilling something over there. That's okay.
I mean, it is Louisiana.
Right. Well, that's. I tell you what. Let me tell you a little bit about our pregame show sponsor, and that is the Applied Research Center of Arkansas. When you visit the Applied Research Center of Arkansas, you will receive the highest quality diagnosis and treatment. Their skilled staff and doctors specialize in treating acute illnesses that set in rapidly or are severe in nature. You can get accurate and prompt lab work done on site to ensure that you get the most appropriate treatment. You and your family can get professional medical attention at highly affordable rates without having to wait for an appointment. That's one of the best benefits about going there. You don't even have to wait for an appointment. They can do work physicals, TB skin testing, flu vaccines, and they can care for a variety of illnesses. So be sure to visit their website for a full list of clinical trials that they even have ongoing. Visit the Applied Research Center of Arkansas at arcarkansas.com.
Well, before the game, Brooks and I were discussing what other games were happening throughout the state. He had mentioned that Whitehall, I believe, was
Sheridan
last night, and apparently they lost after Sheridan managed to come behind. They were down 14-0.
Wow.
And Sheridan ended up winning 21-14. So we do actually, I think, have our first conference game, division game here. I believe Jerry Fair, McClellan are playing tonight.
Okay.
But the rest of the teams in our area, or our division, are still out of conference right now.
Right.
So we'll try to give you updates on those scores throughout the game. So the players, the Evangel Eagles, have taken the field. Now we're waiting on the Bruins to take their turn as they come trotting out right next to the food truck out there.
Yeah. They looked well rested and warmed up. I heard a rumor that there was issues again this week with the air conditioner on the bus. That was not true. I actually spoke with our transportation director. He was on the field with the guys and just hanging out. And he hollered at me and said, "Hey, Josh, how's it going?" And so I asked him about it. He said, "No. It was working. It probably wasn't working as well as they would have liked.
Right.
But the fact is, it's 95 degrees outside in the heat of the day. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit warmer than maybe normal." So here come the Bruins ready to take the field. Their banner saying, what does it say? "Some wish for it, we work for it."
Nice. Always some clever insights.
Yeah. They do a good job. Waiting on them to take the field.
Make it quick. Thank you. Powder blue helmet. Thank you.
I like them. And I really like the jerseys. They're wearing white pants and white shirts with a baby blue outline, a baby blue numbers that have a black outline. Really help give you a little contrast so you can see it. The opposing team, the Evangel Christian Eagles, are wearing red shirts, red helmets, and red pants with a white number.
While we're getting shots in the field, we can get a shot from the flags. Although it's not raining, it is a bit windy out here. There's gusts of winds that are coming through. You can see that big American flag out there. Probably see a little better shot of it in a second here.
Looks like we are gathering for the national anthem. So we will turn it out to the colors.
Gentlemen, remove your caps. Here to lead us in the national anthem is Raylan Clay.
Down on the microphone was she was singing, but we couldn't Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light when so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose by stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched with so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very good. So now the song has been sung. We await the Bruins to take the field. They're standing behind their banner once again.
Well, while we wait for them,
Lord, we come to you today. We ask you for a safe game, Lord.
Take a moment with
Please hold the rain back and protect everybody on both sides of the ball. Bless us in the stands and bless everybody on the field. And I thank you for making this game, or making us to be able to play this game, Lord. And I thank you for that. And just now pray, amen.
One more time, please welcome to the field the Pulaski Academy Bruins.
Coach Kelly just on the pregame show, the Bruins show. Coach Kelly touched on this, but this is an extremely talented team that they're playing here tonight, and they have a lot of history back that up.
They certainly do. I noticed before the game, looking on the sideline, starting in 91. They won the district championship every year up through 18. 2018 with the exception of 2007. That's pretty good.
That is. Well, and then also next to all those championships is a list of players that have made it to the NFL. And Coach Kelly touched on the Booty brothers, right, if you will. And then also there's three names on the wall. You really can't see it, but one is you got Ramon Broadway, Santos Ramirez,
and Richard Smith.
Richard Smith, and also Jared Cornelius.
Mm-hmm.
And all four Razorbacks,
yeah,
that we apparently had a little bit of some success with recruiting from here. The Razorbacks did in times past. So there's definitely some connections to be made with this school as far as Arkansas and Evangel goes.
So it looks like the Bruins won the toss and have elected to receive. They'll take possession to start this game.
And this week we have a much better angle. People will be able to see who's making tackles, who's making catches, who's making touchdowns.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back to start this one off. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
Senior Courtney Robinson is our Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week. Courtney is a member of the Lady Bruins volleyball team and a National Merit semifinalist. She puts her heart and soul and incredible work ethic into the classroom and the volleyball court. Courtney is an incredible role model for girls of all ages. Please join us in recognizing Courtney Robinson, the Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week.
All right, welcome back. So Evangel is set to kick off. Placing the ball is junior, number 12, Will Perkins.
So who do we have back to receive? I believe my eyes do spy Braden Cash and is that Joe? I expect it to be Joe Hyman.
That is Joe Hyman.
So the same duo we saw last week.
And there's the kick. It's kicked deep. It's going to go in or behind the end zone. That is behind the end zone. Looks like he actually split the uprights.
It does. Well, and I think he got a little help from the wind there, but that still was a very impressive kick.
No kidding,
and
it
we
was.
saw a little bit of that last week from Ravenwood in Brentwood, but Ravenwood.
Right.
Their kicker was certainly very talented. So see who comes out to lead the team.
So here is number 16 himself in the shotgun. That's Nolan Bruffett. There's the snap, little bobble there. He looks, he's passed it. It's complete to Mason Cobb, and he makes progress of about 3 yards, probably 3.5 yards. So they'll place the ball at about the 23.5-yard line.
You know, I imagine Nolan's probably got a bit of jitters right now. And
sure.
Hopefully he can get those out pretty quickly.
Understandable. Bruffett again in the shotgun. He has 4 receivers on the right side. Pass goes lateral to Joe Hyman, and he makes his way up just to the 24-yard line, it looks like. Only a gain of maybe, well, actually it's a loss of half a yard. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 to go.
Well, and, you know, they're certainly giving him those short, easy passes just to let him get in the groove right now.
This time, Bratcher has 3 receivers on the left side. There's the snap. He's looking to the left side. He's throwing, and it is, let's see, yes, it is complete to Mason Cobb, and that's good enough for a 1st down for the Bruins. What a play. He caught that one and was brought down immediately by what it looked like, let's see, I think that was number 24, but he's not on our roster. Here's Bratcher once again in the shotgun. Bruffett on either end. There's the handoff immediately to Joe Hyman, and he picks up an easy 7 yards. Actually, they gave him 8.
Yeah, it's hard to break old habits after doing it for a year and a half,
right?
A couple more games.
I'm just glad I didn't call him Zach Kelly. Bruffett once again in the, Zach, okay, well, there you go. There's the pass, and it is incomplete. Looked like that was intended. I don't know if it was intended for Jalen Witcher or not, but he was in the area.
He was in the area. He took a hit after that. He's hobbling a bit, looking at the sidelines, though. It doesn't look like he's going to be coming off.
Looks like Dylan Allison coming into the game in exchange for Cooper White. Here's Bruffett in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's the snap. He's looking to the right side, still looking. Pass is out there. It's complete to Jalen Witcher at the 40-yard line. That's a loss of 1 yard, actually. So here is
well-placed pass, but they just sniffed it out.
This is our very first 4th down conversion. They're going to attempt a Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion. It's 4th and 1.5 yards. There's the snap. He's looking to the left side this time. There's the pass. It's out there, and it's caught by Mason Cobb. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30. He's going to shake off a receiver, but still get tripped up, and he will be brought down. Let's see, they're going to mark it right at the 25-yard line, I think.
Yep,
that's a big 1st down for the Bruins.
Of the Eagles, incredible concentration by him to come down with that ball. And that is a Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion.
Yes, it is. There's the snap again. Handoff goes immediately to Joe Hyman. He scrambles right up the middle, and he's at the 15, the 10. He's still on his feet at the 5, and he's brought down in the red zone, probably at about the 2-yard line. What a play. Joe Hyman serving as the workhorse for this team tonight already.
Well, and Brooks and I were discussing that earlier. You know, he just shakes off tackles. You know, he doesn't look like a big guy, but he certainly runs like it.
All right. Here's Bruffett. There's the snap. Handoff immediately to Hyman, but he is wrapped up before he can even take 1 step forward. So that'll be probably about a 5-yard loss for the Bruins. Now, we don't have a clock on the field as
on the feed.
On the feed, excuse me. Yeah, so 9 minutes exactly right now remaining in the 1st quarter. I know that made Matt Johnston very sad, but he'll get over it. There's the touchdown by Joe Hyman himself. Wow.
There's a little pitch to the left, and you know it seems to be working. Why stop?
Right. Yeah, I was wondering how much we would see him, see just the running game of the Bruins tonight, just because Bratcher was out.
Yes, and Kelly. Well, but with Kelly out,
sure.
Of course, he's at the receiver spot. So Bratcher's in the shotgun by himself. Bruffett is in the shotgun, rather. He attempts to pass it to Andrew Cobb. Unfortunately, it's batted down, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So the Bruins lead 6-0 with 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in the 1st quarter. certainly an excellent start, all things considered, for the Bruins tonight.
Right. Well, of course, we mentioned the Bruins picked up their very first attempted Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion. At the Cupcake Factory in Little Rock, our goal is to offer the best quality cupcakes, pies, custom cakes and cookies, cake pops, cinnamon rolls, brownies, and more. If you need a cake for that last-minute event or dessert for your dinner party, then we have grab-and-go cakes ready to go. Even if you're not in the mood for cakes and cookies, come in and take a look at our full lunch menu, featuring several salads, burgers, and more. Visit the Cupcake Factory of West Little Rock on Facebook or in person at 18104 Canis Road in Little Rock.
Do we know what time they're open?
You know what? I don't, but I know where you can find it. Just go to Facebook and search for the Cupcake Factory of West Little Rock, and you'll have all those answers right there.
Just curious because you said cinnamon rolls. I'd like to go get one for breakfast that morning.
Yeah.
So that drive, last drive was, what do we got from Brooks?
Well, there was a 10-play, 80-yard drive that resulted in a six-yard touchdown run by Joe Hyman. It took 3 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock.
There's the onside kick, and it looks like it might have been recovered by the Bruins.
They say they have it. Let's wait for an official to say it. I'm looking.
They're celebrating. Savannah
yes,
Goodwin's
they
getting congratulations. Well, and they were waiting, and the Eagles seemed a little baffled by that ball. I mean, it was spinning straight toward them.
Right. They haven't seen anything like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, they weren't sure. Should we fall on this? Should we not? Do we have to wait for 10 yards? Whatever.
Yeah,
and I believe I saw maybe it was Andrew Cobb out there that just was right on top of it waiting, and he was actually the closest player to the ball, amazingly enough.
So that was a little helicopter kick. The ball just kind of spinning around. All right, here's Bruffett again. The offense back on the field. He has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He has Isarius Woods in motion. There's the snap. He's looking downfield. There's the pass, and it's complete. Pass is complete. That's Miles Marotti, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Miles Marotti down there at the 10-yard line. No, excuse me. They're going to mark that at the 6.
Well, you know, I mean, if you have those short little passes just to try to give them a little confidence, that was a huge confidence booster. I mean, it was a beautifully placed pass by Bruffett there. So
that's Charlie Pfizer out there right now. And this time the handoff went to Woods, and he kind of gave him a shove in the back to push him through. Picked up what looks like about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal.
So Pfizer, I guess, they have him out there for the goal line attempt. I'm not sure if he's a bit more of a runner than Bruffett. You know, if they need him to take off and get in the end zone, that might be what they're thinking right now.
Charlie Pfizer again in the shotgun. He has Woods. Whoa, big sound off to the out behind us. Everybody kind of looked to see. It was what? Oh, it's drums. Oh, okay. It caught my attention, and there's 2. There's the snap. Looking to the left side. Passes. Oh, it was out there and just between the hands of Miles Marotti.
Pfizer certainly had a lot of zip on that pass, so I don't know if Marotti expected it to be coming that quickly at him. It was a well-run route.
So Miles came out, and in his place, Mason Cobb came in. Pfizer again in the shotgun. This time he has 3 receivers on the left side, 2 to the right. There's the snap. He's going to run it himself to the left side. He's still out there. There's the pass, and it's complete to Mason Cobb in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
That was excellent job by Pfizer there to leave the defense guessing, trying to decide if he was going to run it or not. Made a couple of the linebackers move up and left Cobb wide open in the back of the end zone.
So it's 7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Bruins strike again. Looks like they're setting up for another 2-point conversion attempt.
That's Bruffett out there now.
It is. And he's got Joe Hyman out there next to him. There's the pass, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Cooper White, but his defender, Jiron Rattler, was able to wrestle the ball away from him before he made that complete catch.
I mean, it looked like he had a possession of it initially, but he just, Rattler was able to knock it out before.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
Good evening, PA community. My name is Lane Martins, and I'm the band director here at Pulaski Academy. I'm here to tell you about a very unique and interesting fundraiser that we've never done before. We're selling mattresses. Yes, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but you heard me right. We're having a one-day mattress sale. That is on Saturday, October 12th from 10 to 5. We are selling mattresses. you'll come here to the middle school, upper school cafeteria right here by the band room, and they'll have 25 to 30 mattresses set out. You can lay on them, you can try them out. No, you're not paying for used mattresses or paying for any mattresses that people have laid on. You will have a new mattress ordered and sent to your house. So if you are in the market for a mattress, all we ask is that you stop by and check out our mattress sale first. We'd love to see you here. Again, that's Saturday, October 12th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We hope you'll come out and support the PA band. Thank you.
And we are back with the Bruins about to kick the onside kick. That
was Vaughn Seelick.
Seelick for the kick. It was a nice hopper. Unfortunately, a Bruin could not get to it. That last drive was a 4-play, 49-yard drive, finished off by a 3-yard touchdown pass by Charlie Pfizer to Mason Cobb. So the Eagles are starting off with the ball at their own 49-yard line with 7 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter. The Bruins leading 12-0 here at Rodney Duran Field.
Yeah.
Just on the outskirts of Shreveport, Louisiana.
I have to tell you about the fantastic lunch we had. Oh, of course, Christina once again found the perfect place. Oh, and before the Eagles can get off their first offensive play, they had a false start. So they're going to back up and try for first down and 15 yards to go.
That is going to be Blake Chapin, I believe is how we'll go with it. Chapin. He's going to be under center. They are playing. Looks like he plays from under center, not in the shotgun. Last week we kind of got used to both sides being in the shotgun.
Right.
So this week we're going to see the more pro style, if you will.
Here's Blake Chapin under center. He has receivers, one receiver on each end. There's the lateral pass. It goes to Jalen Abraham, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be, let's see, was it behind the line or was it right at the line?
It was right at the, yeah.
Right on the line, yeah. So no loss and no gain. That'll bring up second down and 15 yards to go for the Eagles.
I did not see who made that tackle, unfortunately. It's one thing, the Bruins are not missing anyone on defense this week, so
right.
You know, the two big losses were on the offensive side of the ball, which doesn't seem to show any signs of slowing down.
This time, now Chapin is in the shotgun. He has a man in motion. His handoff immediately goes to Jalen Abraham. He makes his way right back up the center, and he picks up about 6 yards for the Eagles. It'll bring up third down and about, looks like third down and 8.
I believe I saw Chris Connell in there on the tackle with a few other Bruins making the stop. You know, after I feel like the last 2 weeks that they've had, the first 2 games of the season, they've had one player that's really just kind of giving them fits. And you know, last week it was the receiver. The week before, and there was a running back. The names escape me right now. So you better believe they're keying in on the most talented player on the other side of the ball tonight.
Oh, sure they are. Here's Chapin again in the shotgun. He's looking to pass, looking down the left side, and he gets hit. Brought down, sacked in the backfield by, that's Harrison Lane, but there is a flag on the play.
That was right near the line of scrimmage, though, so it could be a holding. It wasn't near where the tackle was made. It was, you know, the quarterback, even though that wasn't his blind side, he just was oblivious to the tackle coming. They're calling it a hold, and the Bruins are declining it. So the Eagles are looking at fourth down. And I don't know how many yards that Lane was able to gobble up there with that sack. We'll wait and see what they have to say. So we have a timeout on the field. So,
okay.
While we're
going to go ahead and take a timeout with them, I think, if we can do that, and understand that we have some audio problems. So we're going to try and correct that during the break. We'll be right back. You're watching.
This Friday Night Spotlight is brought to you by Caldwell Toyota. Pulaski Academy would like you to join us in recognizing our core value student of the week, Kennedy Caldwell. Kennedy exemplifies the core values. As student council president, she leads by example. She's responsible, organized, and so respectful. She inspires others to work hard and follow her. Our core value student of the week is brought to you by Caldwell Toyota. Just another way Caldwell cares.
made a couple of adjustments there. We'll see if that makes a difference in our audio. Thank you for letting us know.
And you can let us know any other thing on our text line, which should be on the screen
right
now.
there at the bottom of the screen. It's 501-570-6464. Just send us a text message with your thoughts on the game.
We have, looks like, trying to see who the punter is back to kick, and back to receive is nobody.
No, of course, yeah. That's one of the things that Coach Kelly.
It takes a Bruin bounce forward, and it's rolling close to the 46-yard line in the Bruins territory. It actually hit around the 32-yard line, so that paid off for him right there, not receiving that ball.
Certainly did. That's one of the things that Coach Kelly talked about in the pregame show, or excuse me, not the pregame show, but at What's Bruin this week. We talked about his thoughts on punt returns and the reasons why he doesn't do that, and he had to just kind of defend that sometimes with other coaches when he goes to clinics and stuff, and it just makes sense once you hear him explain it. So if you missed that before tonight's game, you can go to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/PA Live, or just go to pabruins.tv. You'll see it right there. There's Charlie Pfizer. Pass is complete. That's to Caleb Nichols, and he's running up the sidelines. He's at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he gets tripped up right at the 3 or the 4-yard line. What a run.
What a well-designed play, well-executed play. It was the longest I've ever seen a running back screenplay delayed. I mean, I was getting real scared for Charlie.
I was too.
Pfizer. That was Caleb Nichols on the reception there. Was that right?
That's right.
And he looked like he had it all the way to the end zone, but he got tripped up near it. He was juking and jiving, so we got.
Take a look. Mason Cobb now sitting in the quarterback slot in the shotgun. There's the snap. He's going to keep it himself and run it straight up the middle and get the touchdown for the Bruins. Just like that.
Just like that. You think the Bruins might have a little pent-up frustration, energy, whatever you want to call it, after last week's loss? So 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. The Bruins leading 18-0, looking to tack on another 2 points here. I believe that's Bruffett in the shotgun, and it is tipped before he could get it to his intended target. I believe that was number 2.
Certain Jake Harville.
Yep.
Senior from Evangel Christian, just kind of reached up and slapped it. He's a pretty tall kid.
So that's 3 straight touchdowns, followed by 3 straight failed 2-point conversions. It's a very interesting, pattern going. I don't recall the last time the Bruins have failed to convert, that many.
In a row.
Yeah, in a row.
Well, we do have some Bruin fans out there. I know that we've got Popeye with us, of course, up here running the camera. We've also got George Carroll on the sidelines on the other end of the on the visitor side. He's giving you some nice shots of the cheerleaders and the PA fans that traveled down here to Shreveport. Not many, but I'd say roughly half as many as traveled to Nashville.
Which is fascinating because Nashville is actually a good 2.5 hours further, and the weather was a lot.
Well, I think that may have had a factor in making some of them stay home.
Oh, because they thought, it might have been.
Thought it might be raining, so.
Well, they're missing out now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful out here.
So is that scoreboard.
It is. It's a nice-looking scoreboard.
18-0. The points on
it. Yeah. That makes it look nicer. So you've got Savannah Goodwin and looks like Vaughn Seelick.
Nope. Clay James.
Clay James, thank you. They're both out there. Nope. Now Clay James is going to kick it. Kind of confused them, and we got it. The Bruins picked up their second onside kick of the games. That's 2 out of 3 so far.
That was number 18, Nick Guizol.
Yeah.
Guizol.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to mess it up
That's
as soon as I saw it.
That's okay. He deserves it. We'll say Guizol as many times as he wants.
So that last drive was a 2-play, 55-yard drive, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by Mason Cobb. It took 53 seconds left, 53 seconds off the clock. Speaking of which, 4 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Bruins are leading 18-0, and they have the ball in Eagle territory at the 48-yard line.
Outstanding. The Bruins really dominating this game so far. Let's see. He's got his shoulder to me, so I can't tell who the quarterback is at the moment. That is Bruffett with his pass.
Once again,
dropped.
It was to Marotti. He did not catch it. I mean, Bruffett, I was watching him earlier, and he wasn't putting a lot of zip on the passes in practice and the warm-ups, but that's two just well thrown balls right at the target, and unfortunately it was both times to Marotti, and he wasn't expecting it to come in that fast.
Here's Bruffett again in the shotgun. He's looking to the left side to pass. The pass is out there. Oh, and this time it was intended for Joe Hyman, but incomplete.
Yeah, he was a little rushed on that pass. He had at least 3 different defenders.
He was feeling the pressure.
Yeah. Footsteps.
Right.
I believe. Well, that's more of what receivers. Receivers hear the footsteps.
Right.
So it looks like Braden Cash is coming off, and I believe I saw
Merritt Jones.
Merritt
coming
Jones,
in.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, was he out last week? I believe he was.
I think he was.
Yeah, good to see him back out there. And Dylan Allison, both of them I think were out last week. So
play clock is at 11. 4:43 remaining. There's the snap, and a flag comes in immediately.
Looks like we're going to have a false start on the offense. Not sure who jumped, but the offensive line was probably a little confused because they're not used to waiting that long.
Right.
Take a snap. So Bruins in a bit of a pickle here.
So it'll be third down and 15 yards to go. They're from their own 47-yard line. Bruffett's looking to the sideline to get his play. This time he has 4 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right side. He's in the shotgun. 8 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4, and this time the defense jumped.
That was number 2, Jake Harville, on the left side. It looks like a defensive end. He hopped out in the line of scrimmage there, in the neutral zone, rather. So
they're back where they started, 3rd and 10.
It's like I wonder how much of this confusion with getting plays in is with the newer, with Bruffett being out there and being unfamiliar with being in this position, but he seems to be adapting pretty well.
Mason Cobb comes off, and Andrew Cobb comes in his place.
The clock is ticking. I'm not sure why it would be ticking after 2 penalties. And we have another flag. I believe that's going to be encroachment again. There was someone jumped on the left side of the defensive line. No, they're calling.
I think they actually called timeout just before.
No, they're calling.
They said it is false start on the Bruins.
I did not see movement, but.
On the defense? Yeah, our producer, Christina, is telling me that the number 6, that's Javon Anderson, on the defense is the one that jumped. But, you get some, you lose some.
Well, and it was the.
Here's Nolan Bruffett. Once again, he's going to roll out to the left side. The pass is out there. It's complete. That's Merritt Jones. Right, but he's right back at the original line of scrimmage. No,
he picked up a couple of yards beyond it. 7-yard pass.
So here's another Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion attempt.
Good focus by Bruffett to get rid of that ball there.
Bruffett, there's the snap. Looking to the left side, it's complete to Andrew Cash. No, Braden Cash. I just gave him a new nickname.
Unfortunately, he was stopped short of the 4th down. The Eagles sent 5 there, and Bruffett had to get rid of the ball real quick. But it's positive yardage, but not as many as we wanted to see there. So the Eagles get the ball for the 2nd time this game. Still trailing 18-0 with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. They are starting at their own 40-yard line, just shy of it.
That's a comfortable place for the Bruins to at least, if you have to turn it over.
Yeah.
10 yards deep in your own territory, that's okay.
Compared to where the defenders usually start on the onside kicks. Yep.
There's the shovel pass. It's complete to Jalen Abraham, and he is brought down. There's one of the Bruins is on his back, kind of slow to get up here.
That's number 7.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Chris Connell.
Connell. Yeah. Looks like he's going to have to come off for a second, but he's.
So it looks like the medical for the trainer for the
Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles is out there to check on him. Good to see that.
Yeah.
I believe he might be in his scrubs.
Yeah, it looks like the.
They're so serious about that.
Yeah.
Well, so
he just came from the OR.
Chris. Is that blood I see on his shirt?
No, they're just.
Yeah.
This is the team's colors.
Yeah. No, Chris Connell has gone off the field, so.
Just get evaluated. It looked like he was okay. Probably just had the wind knocked out of him, hopefully. This time the handoff goes to number 2. That's Jake Harville. He'll pick up the first down. That's the first down for the Eagles this game.
Looks like Harville is filling the role of a fullback tonight, as well as playing on the other side, both sides going both ways on the defense and offense here. So Rattler comes off for, we've all saw McLean run out there for the Eagles.
I gotta like that. I like this public address announcer. He didn't like the way the crowd responded, so he's like, no, you got to do better than that. Let's do it again. All right, handoff immediately goes to Jalen Abraham around the right side, and he's across the 35, across the 30, and he gets stopped at about the 28-yard line. Another first down for the Eagles.
Well, and it looks like their number 4 Abraham is going to be their workhorse for the night. He's touched the ball on every other play so far that the Eagles have run. Bruins are going to have to make sure they know where he is at all times on the field and keep a spy on him if they can.
1 minute, 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Bruins continue to lead 18-0. 1st and 10 from this is the Eagles' first down. Little play fake there, flag on the play. Ball is received by number 24, who's not on our roster. Let's see what the flag is for.
And he is brought down. He had man-to-man coverage. He was brought down by, I believe that was.
Is that 32?
I cannot make that number out. I thought I saw 20-something, but something smells delicious.
Yeah, it does. I was already told. I can tell you what it is right now because I was told by one of the coaches, but when we arrived, if we get a chance, we need to try the fried fish. That's what that smell is.
Gotcha. So that penalty goes against the Eagles. There was a 10-yard holding penalty, so it's first down and 20.
From the Bruins' 38-yard line. Goodness. Yeah, that smells really good. I shouldn't be hungry after the lunch we had. Oh, those beignets. Oh, they were so good.
Looks like
they're going to call timeout.
They were waiting for Rattler to run off the field, but they were running out of play clock time. So,
all right, let's go ahead and take a break with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
Oh, hello. We are the cast and crew of PA Theater's small play, The Curious Savage.
Please join us on October 12th and 13th in Murphy Theater as we perform this fun, heartwarming comedy.
The Curious Savage follows the story of Ethel Savage, that's me, whose husband recently died and left her with a fortune.
Contrasting the kindness and loyalty of psychiatric patients with the avarice and greed of so-called respectable public figures, it calls into question the standard definitions of sanity while lampooning celebrity culture.
Mark your calendars for October 12th at 7 p.m. and October 13th at 2 p.m. We're so excited to perform and hope to see you there.
Welcome back. We are back at Evangel Christian Academy in Shreveport as the Bruins lead this game 18-0. There's 57.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Evangel Christian just took their first time out of the game. They're at first down with 20 yards to go from Pulaski Academy's 38-yard line. There's the snap, passes out there. He's got a man out there. Let's see, did he catch it? Yes, he did. At the 1 yard line, he ran out of bounds with that reception.
That was a well-placed pass and a very good catch over the shoulder by
Jiren Rattler.
Yep. So the Eagles are looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. A yard shy of the end zone. I expect to see Abraham get the ball here. Oh, and we have whistles
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
see a
there's-
flag.
I don't see a flag either, but lots of whistles.
I'm wondering if we had some clock issues. Speaking of clock issues, there's 48.1 seconds left in the first quarter here.
No play. I'm not sure where the whistles came from with no flag, but I think both teams are confused and kind of upset about that one. So the Eagles are going to huddle back up, decide what they're going to do next.
We'll have to check and see what the rule is on the play clock here. You know, we've got the 40-second clock.
It looks similar to what we've been dealing with at home. That's a touchdown for Evangel Christian.
That was number 24 again, who we don't have his
Just
name.
John Doe.
John Doe.
Or maybe he's Eagle McEagleston. No?
No.
Eagle McFlyboy?
No.
No. Oh, Christian's a good first name. How about Christian Evangel?
Sure.
I like it.
In the meantime, we'll try to find out his name.
His middle name is Eaglet. That's Christian Eaglet Evangel.
There's the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. So while we wait for them to get ready for the kick, we have some scores from around Arkansas, at least. Valonia is leading BB 22-7. Malvern is trailing Lakeside 12-0 in the second quarter. That Valonia BB game is in the first quarter. Rogers is trailing Parkview 14-7 in the first quarter. And the Fair McClellan game we do not have a score for. Same with the Little Rock Christian Greenbrier game. Looks like we got Hot Springs is trailing Lake Hamilton 28-0. And Camden, Fairview, and Robinson are tied 6-6 in the second quarter.
Goodness.
Yep. We'll have to see if we can get that Little Rock Christian score as well as the Fair McClellan score.
In the meantime,
that is number 12 out to kick off Will Perkins for the
looks
Eagles.
like Joe Hyman and Braden Cash deep to receive this one. 44.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There's the kick. It goes deep once again, right sailing past the end zone.
That time it was not wind aided. There is no movement from those flags. Maybe a little bit there, but
just a tiny, tiny breeze.
Not as much as we saw earlier.
No. I think it was right around, what was it, about 2 o'clock? Oh, when that kind of that wind, about 2 and 3 o'clock, somewhere between 2 and 3 this afternoon. I thought it was windy enough that Popeye and Brooks were out there like taping down his tripod to make sure it wasn't going to blow off. All right. There's the snap to Bruffett. Handoff immediately goes to Joe Hyman around the left side of the field. He picks up about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
You know, just like we saw the Eagles relying on Abraham, expect to see the Bruins rely on Hyman some more tonight as the game goes further.
18 seconds and counting remaining in the first quarter. There's the snap. He's looking to pass. There's the pass. It's out there, except it's intercepted. I believe they're going to call that an interception. Yes.
That was number 4, Jalen Abraham.
That got the home team fans on their feet.
Yeah, it was lofted out there.
It was a nice, slow, easy pass. So it was an easy one to come down with for sure. But
wasn't paying attention to where the safeties were.
Right. Give them the credit for pulling in that interception.
Yep.
So they'll take over possession of the ball on the Bruins' 33-yard line. That's 33-yard line. It's a nice position for the Eagles. 6.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bruins continue to lead 18-7. Quarterback under center. There's the snap and the handoff. Goes immediately to his tailback, and he picks up 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That was number 29 for the Bruins, Richard Griffith, who was in on the initial stop. I think he got a little help from the rest of the defensive line, but Chris Connell is not back out in the field yet, so we'll hopefully have an update on his status at some point.
That's the end of the first quarter. The Bruins leading this one 18-7. We'll be right back. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
Hello, I'm Daniel McGrath, and I play the trumpet and flugelhorn in the PA Jazz Band. We would like to invite you to join us for an evening of jazz on Wednesday, September 25th at 7:30 in the Murphy Theater. You'll hear familiar tunes like Sir Duke, Moanin', and Feels So Good. The concert is free of charge, and we guarantee you'll enjoy it or your money back. So mark your calendars for Wednesday, September 25th at 7:30 in the Murphy Theater.
All right, welcome back to Evangel Christian. Just getting ready to start the second quarter of this one. So now we're turned around.
Eagles are going left to right here.
Second down and 8 yards to go for the Eagles. There's the snap. Handoff immediately goes to Jalen Abraham. He makes his way to the right side of the field, turns around and goes to the left side. There's nobody there. Caleb Nichols is looking at him, but he's not going to reach him. He got that touchdown without.
Well, there's several flags on the field. In addition, I'm quite sure that his knee touched the ground. I'm not sure why they allowed that play to continue. They're signaling holding now, so it's going to be marching backwards. But I feel like his knee was actually down at the line of scrimmage. So
holding against Evangel.
So
looks like that's the only one he's going to announce. Yeah.
Yep.
There were 3 different flags out there. Probably it could have been all the same.
I'm pretty sure it was some pretty blatant holding on that left side because he had a whole huge window over there to get into the end zone. So we'll wait and see where they mark this ball. Looks like it's going to be just a loss of 2 yards.
From the original spot.
3 yards, I'm sorry. It's second down and 13.
Just looks like 2 from here. Yeah, it is. I don't think they've got that.
Nope.
No,
they got
there
it.
he's 2 and 12.
They
and
hurt
12.
us.
This time.
And we have some confusion on the Eagles sideline. They call a timeout. There's Blake Chapin looks a little frustrated with the play, waiting for the play call to get in there. Looks like number 19, Kaysen Link, was hustling out there to try to get in position, but they were just taking a little too long to get set up. So,
in the meantime, let's thank our game sponsor. Tonight's game is presented by Arkansas Family Dental. Arkansas Family Dental provides gentle sedation dentistry and offers a wide variety of services, including orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, Botox, derma fillers, and will soon be offering sleep apnea treatment. Come see us today. We treat our patients like family. ArkansasFamilyDental.com.
Well, and this is the second of a 4-game road trip for the Bruins.
Yeah.
And, you know, at least next week they'll be back in Arkansas. At,
right.
Yeah, JA Fair. But
less road in between the schools there.
Yes.
All right. Here is Chapin under center. Handoff immediately goes to Jiron Rattler. Then he handed off to number 4, Jalen Abraham, who bobbled it, and the Bruins take possession.
That was number 27 for the Bruins that came up with it. Clinton Wilson jumped on that ball, and Abraham looked surprised that he was trying to figure out why the ball was in his hands in the first place. I'm not sure if he expected the.
I don't think he understood
flicker.
the play.
Yeah. And so it's certainly a nice turn of events for the Bruins. Last week there was talk of how it seemed like the game almost had a playoff-like atmosphere.
Right.
Just not only because of the large crowds, but also because of the momentum changes.
Sure.
There's so many of them, and
right.
That's 2 in a row we've seen tonight right here.
All right, so the Bruins take possession of the ball in their own territory.
Gives to Charlie Pfizer, who passes it out to Cooper White.
Yeah.
We saw him have a breakout game last week. I think he ended up with 6 catches for roughly 60-something yards, give or take a few.
So after that 12-yard gain, the Bruins pick up a first down, and they're already set up to do it again. Let's see. That's Bruffett. Handoff immediately goes to Isarius Woods. He picks up about 4 yards, almost 5. That'll be second, and we'll say 6.
Well, other than that interception, so far, both Bruffett and Pfizer have not showed any signs of, immaturity, if you will, or unfamiliarity. They're you know, they're certainly picking up where Bratcher's left off. There's the pass to Cooper White on the right side, and he is in the end zone for a Bruin touchdown. I mean, that was a well-placed pass by Nolan Bruffett. I'm amazed I'm not confusing the two still. Bruffett certainly making a name for himself tonight, certainly having a little coming out party of his own. Let's see if they can convert their first 2-point conversion here. There's 10 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second quarter and a half. Bruffett's alone in the backfield. He's got trips to his left, and he's looking to the left, and he passes it to Mason Cobb, who is tackled just shy of the end zone, so they did not convert the 2-point conversion. That's 4 in a row they have not converted.
Is that 3 or 4?
4.
4.
You would think, yeah, you would think that they had 3 touchdowns and a field goal if you were watching any other game, but nope. 4 touchdowns, no extra points or conversions after. So 10 minutes, 34 seconds left in the half. Bruins leading 24-7 after a couple of big momentum shifts one way towards the Eagles and then back the other way towards the Bruins.
Goodness.
Yep. So let's see what the Bruins trot out there on the onside kick. What they pull out of the arsenal, if you will.
I mentioned earlier today we went to, what was it? It wasn't Madeline's. It was Maryland's.
Is what y'all told me.
Yeah. I think it was Maryland's place or something like that. Christine's going to look it up for me. But my goodness, what an incredible meal that was. And it was, the folks were just friendly as they can be. We drove up and I asked Christine, I was like, are you sure this is the place? It was a gas station. At least it's not anymore, but it used to be. It's Maryland's place. That's right. And so we got out and we saw some folks eating outside, some on the porch and some eating inside. And just huge meals.
When in Rome.
Right. We had some gumbo, some shrimp etouffee, and just all kinds of great stuff. We finished it off with some beignets that were just out of this world. Here's Von Seelig with a helicopter kick. And this time the Eagles dropped on it immediately, not letting that one away.
That was number 24 again, the unknown.
Yeah, that was Christian Eaglet Evangel.
Well, speaking of generous food and being nice, we got a nice little plate of cheese and crackers.
Right.
And pepperonis and salamis. And
I think that's the first ever. I love it.
Yeah. There's been places where there's been food, but,
they just brought it up.
They catered it to us, if you
will. Brought it right up to our booth.
Yeah. We'll try not to chomp on the air.
Not going to pull a Tommy Smith on you.
So the Eagles are in Bruin territory.
This time, Shapen is in the shotgun. Looks like there's a flag on the play.
Gives it to Abraham, who stopped right around the line of scrimmage. So while we get that figured out on the field, that was a 3-play, 58-yard drive by the Bruins, topped off by a 41-yard touchdown pass by Bruffett to Cooper White. It took 58 seconds off the clock. So that flag was right around the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they're
holding
saying.
Against the Eagles. So they're going to bring that back. It's probably going to place that ball. Yeah, they're going to place it down at the 43-yard line. It'll be first down and 20 yards to go for the Eagles.
That's one of those situations where I guess it is a 10-yard penalty. I was thinking like a 5-yard penalty. You certainly take it in the 10-yard penalty, but, they had managed to stop Abraham right at the line of scrimmage, and you almost wonder if 2nd and 10 is better than 1st and 15, but you certainly take 1st and 20 here.
Absolutely you do. 10 minutes, 7 seconds, and counting on the clock in the second quarter. This time Shapen under center. There's the handoff immediately.
I believe that was Jaradu Wilson. Nope, yep, Wilson. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Jaradu, Jarado Wilson, who his first carry of the night does not go for much. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 20.
He comes off the field, and Abraham's back on the field.
I think someone is wafting that smell up here. Fried fish smells good. Between that and this meat and cheese tray.
They treat you right down here.
Seriously. There's the snap. Little play. This handoff goes to Jalen Abraham, and he gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards.
Caleb Nichols got in the backfield and brought him down. Excellent job by Caleb there to stop him short of anything.
So 3rd down, 20 yards to go for Evangel Christian.
So you got to wonder if Evangel's thinking just pick up what yards they can and go for it on 4th down, since it might put them right at the 50-yard line, or are they just going to try to go for it all here? It's an empty backfield. Well, no, Abraham's in motion. He does not get the handoff, though, and quarterback is scrambling, but the pass is to number 18, who's out of bounds.
He caught that out of bounds.
Yep. I'm sorry, that was number 19 for the Eagles, Kaysen Link. So now the Eagles are facing 4th and 20.
Had lots of feedback on, of course, the audio. I think we've got that worked out now. So thanks for letting us know. In the meantime, I want to say hello to Cody Perrin, class of 2005. He said you guys do a great job. Watch you guys just about every Friday night. Thanks for all you do.
Are they watching ours?
Yeah, I know. I think he's got a different channel. Let's see here. Turn the volume up. I think we got that. Oh, the Cupcake Factory opens at 10, by the way.
Oh,
there you go.
Dylan Stevens is back to kick this punt.
There it is, and there goes the Bruins. I love it. All these players are looking around like, where'd they go?
That time it took a Eagle bounce forward about 10, 15 yards and went out of bounds at the, looks like, 15-yard line of the Bruin territory. 8 minutes, 24 seconds left in the half.
Let's see what else I have here. Yep. Volume. Commercials are loud. Yep. Thank you. Sounds much better. Great run, Caleb. Go Bruins.
Caleb Nichols is looking to pick up the bear claw for both sides of the ball tonight. Okay, so we got, let's wait to see who's in the snap here. That is Bruffett, and he hands it off to Woods, who finds a nice little opening there for about 5 or 6 yards, down right around the 20-yard line of Bruin territory. Clock is down to 8 minutes, 10 seconds left. So it's 2nd down and 5. Bruins looking to the sideline for the play. Bruffett's still in the shotgun. Got Woods to his right, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right.
Waiting for the snap. He says, hang on. 17 seconds on the play clock. He's calling them in, changing it up a little bit. Now he has 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. There's the snap. Pass immediately goes out to Merritt Jones, and he gets brought down by a nest of eagles. Flock of eagles? Yeah. I thought it was a flock of seagulls. No.
Well, and number 72, Smith was out there on the left side trying to block for him, but there were just too many eagles.
Let's see. There's a kettle of hawks.
What? Okay, there's the snap. And number 16, Bruffett, is brought down. And he is taken down hard by number 24, the unknown man.
Christian Evangel.
So the Bruins are looking at 4th down and 2, deep in their own territory here.
It's another Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion attempt. All right. From the shotgun, there's the pass. It's out there. It looks like it's complete. That's to Dylan Allison. That'll pick up the 1st down.
Well-executed play there by the Bruins and picked up the yardage they needed. You know, any other coach going for it on 4th down, I mean, they're not going to be running someone out of the shotgun, much less an empty backfield, but Coach Kelly isn't any other coach.
Right. There's the snap. Handoff immediately to Isarius Woods. He's going to scramble across the 35, and he'll make it up to about the 39-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 1 yard to go.
Looks like Isarius Woods is getting a little bit of the work tonight.
So from they take a timeout on the field. I got this one. I'm sure this is from I got to look back. This is from Nick Guizal's mom, I'm sure. She said, so funny, Nick's last name is pronounced Guizal with G-U-I sounding like we with a G. He actually had it right the first time, to be honest. We're just happy to hear his name and have you guys calling the game for us. Thanks for all you do. Go PA Live and go Bruins. And she said, that's what I get for marrying a Frenchman. Thanks, guys. Great game. You missed out on ribs today, too. Oh, I know it, right? First person to text the owner's name of the Cupcake Factory and get a 6-pack of cupcakes on me. How about that?
Katie?
The first person to text us the owner's name of the Cupcake Factory and get a 6-pack of cupcakes on me. Go Bruins, having a Gramps family PA football watch party. Missed out on the ribs today, too. Much better than beignets. You know those ribs are incredible. I'm telling you. Every Friday.
Why did he go and send a picture, though?
I know it.
That is wrong.
I can smell them in this picture. It's like scratch and sniff.
Can we get that picture on the feed and just taunt everyone with it? If we have to suffer.
Yep. All right, let's go back to the game. Let's see who's. They keep switching the quarterbacks. We got to make sure who's out there. I want to think that's Bruffett. Pass is complete to Merritt Jones, and he's across the 50, and he gets stopped just inside, just at the 45-yard line. That's another first down for the Bruins.
Okay, I got to talk about something that happened in that play. Caleb Nichols laid out one of the defenders. It was actually number 4. Blocked him so hard his mouthpiece fell out. I mean, I saw this little white thing fall on the field, and I realized what had happened. And it must have not been a block in the back.
Sure.
No flag was thrown, but that was a brutal block by Caleb Nichols there.
Here's Bruffett in the shotgun. There's the snap. Looking to pass to the right side. It's complete to Caleb Nichols. He crossed the 45, the 40, and he runs out of bounds, kind of forced out of bounds by number 51. That's another gentleman named Christian Evangel.
It's amazing how many of them they have. Are they twins?
Yeah, I think they are. One of them's like Christian Evangel II. Yeah.
Okay, Pfizer's back out there now. So Pfizer's out there with Caleb Nichols to his right.
Charlie has all of the receivers pulled in tight for a 2nd down and 3. A little handoff goes to Dylan Allison. He's across the 35, the 35, the 30. Has the first down, and he's forced out of bounds, waiting for the flag there. There it is. Yeah, a little late hit.
Yeah, that was number 9. He, even if Allison wasn't out of bounds, clearly wasn't going forward.
Right.
He stopped on the play.
Yeah.
And he just took a shot to the back.
Rakendrick Baker. So that'll move the chains even further.
That was a very interesting play call there. It was just to create mass confusion in the middle. No clue who was going to end up with the ball, and Dylan Allison was the man.
So after they assess that penalty, the Bruins are inside the red zone. They'll place the ball at the 13-yard line.
Looks like Pfizer's still out there by himself in the shotgun.
He has 4 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Looking to the sideline for the play. Here's the snap. He's running to the left side. He's going to keep it. He's at the 5. Oh, man, he got hit hard at the 1-yard line.
Wow, that was some.
He jumped right back up, though.
Tremendous effort on his part. It looked like it was going to be a foot race to the end zone, and both players just.
Yeah, and he's staying out there, so he must not have felt it as hard as we did, because it looked like it hurt from here.
I think he managed to get his shoulder in front.
Sure. Now this time he has Pfizer has twins on either side. He has Woods right on his right side, and he's going to hand it off to Woods, give him a nice little push across the end zone. Nice. Another touchdown for the Bruins.
So let's see here. They're looking at the sideline, looking to actually convert a first down or a two-point conversion here. Woods is still out there to the right of Pfizer. Everyone's bunched up together in the middle. And the give is to Allison. Again, it's similar to the last play we saw, and Allison's in the end zone for the two-point conversion. It was almost identical to that one play we saw with Allison picking up 20-plus yards. So Bruins ahead 32-7 with 5 minutes and 19 seconds left in the half here. Looks like we're going to take a break right now. We'll be back at Rodney Durham Field here in Shreveport, Louisiana in just a second.
The Week 2 Hug and Haul Offensive Player of the Game was junior wide receiver Cooper White. Playing against Ravenwood, Cooper had 6 receptions for 80 yards and 1 touchdown. Cooper has a 3.8 GPA, and in his spare time, he likes to play basketball, Xbox, shoot skeet, and eat. Cooper is active in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Young Republicans, Film Club, and the Chinese Club. Congratulations to Cooper White, the Hug and Haul Offensive Player of the Game.
Welcome back. Bruins continue to lead this game 32-7. We have 5 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Savannah Goodwin places the ball on the turf as they're ready to kick back off to the Eagles. Let's see. Yeah, she's the one to kick it, and it's going to go about 9 yards before the Eagles drop on that one.
That was number 43 for the Eagles who recovered it.
Josh? Nope.
Isaac Erickson.
Yep, thank you.
Well, it was an interesting little angle they took on it because it was basically going to be up to Clay James to fall on that ball. It was straight up the middle. There was a race between Erickson and James to see who could get to it first. And Erickson actually fell on it before it got to the 10-yard marker. So
while we set up for the next play, I want to say hello to Jackson May and the rest of the golf team. They're headed to Win State, hopefully. Good luck. There's the snap. Looking to the right side, lots of pressure, and the Bruins sack that corner in the backfield.
That was Matthew Hugg. He managed to shoot right up the middle. Always good to see one of the defensive linemen get in there and actually make a play. Usually they're there more to just eat up the blockers.
That was his signature move right there. He uses it a lot in wrestling. That's the Matthew Hugg.
So that was, well, we'll tell you about that last drive after this play.
There's the snap. He's looking to the right side to pass. The pass is out there, and it's incomplete. Oh, maybe it was fumbled. We'll find out. Fuda, they're saying the pass was incomplete, but Fuda Shinkawa jumped on that one pretty quick just in case.
As you should do. That actually hit the back of one of the offensive linemen. It was the play hadn't fully developed. So that last drive by the Bruins was a 10-play, 85-yard drive, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Woods. It took 3 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock.
All right. Here's 3rd and long, flags on the play.
I'm pretty sure that number 19 was 5 yards down the field before the snap was even.
Just a little too excited.
Yep. So
they're going to back that up and do it again.
Getting a lot of help from the flags, the penalties here. A lot of self-inflicted.
So this will be
defense.
3rd down and 24 yards, I think. Yeah, there it goes, 3rd and 24.
4 minutes, 38 seconds left in the half.
There's the snap. He's looking to pass. Pass is going downfield. They've got lots of defenders out there. No, and it's clean. That is clean as you can be. You can't break up a pass any cleaner than that right there.
Yeah, well, Trent Sawyer he looked like he might come up with the ball. Neither the defender nor the receiver actually knew where each other was.
There's a flag back here at the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. They're looking to the Bruins to decide whether or not holding against the Eagles, and it is declined.
So they're looking at, as you should. I mean, fourth down and 24, you absolutely take that over giving them any chance of converting that first down.
Right.
So
let's see what they do.
They're going to punt it. Just a matter of how far. So we know the Bruins aren't going to try to catch it.
There's the snap. Punt is out there, and here come the Bruins off the field. Marching around the far side of the field right now are the Evangel Christian Eagles band here to entertain us at halftime.
So that ball hops forward a bit, takes an Eagles bounce, and it stops right around the 15-yard line of the Bruins.
4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half of this one. Stick around for halftime. Alicia Castleberry is going to join me and talk about a program that they've had ongoing since the beginning of the year with a lot of the staff and faculty at Pulaski Academy. Here's the snap for the Bruins. Bruffett passes and goes complete to Joe Hyman. There's a flag. Hyman's still on his feet, and he makes his way up to, let's see, I'm going to say he picked up about 2 yards, and there is a player down. They're calling for the trainer. It's one of the Eagles.
They're calling, I believe that's probably a face mask. I'm not entirely sure what just happened there because whoever the Eagle is that's on the ground, he had a bead on Hyman, and then he went down. He's holding, looked like he was holding his stomach, but he appears he got a face full of, or a handful of face masks, so that penalty is going to be going against the Eagles once they look to him and see. You were talking about the halftime coming up. That's brought to us by?
Oh, the halftime show is, of course, brought to us by Eagles Carpet One.
Yep.
So stick around for the Eagles Carpet One halftime show. So let's go ahead and, as they continue to evaluate this guy, let's take a small break. We'll be right back. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
Pulaski Academy's After School Extras fall catalog is out now. Whether your 3-year-old is interested in dance or your 5th grader likes to play Minecraft, there is an After School Extra for you. There are classes in dance, chess, cheerleading, yoga, sports, Chinese, Minecraft, art, and many more. There's even a secret spy academy, but I can't tell you any more about that one here. For details on this one, and for details on all of the classes, check out the After School Extras fall catalog on Veracross today.
So they hurried him off the field faster than we expected. This time it was actually, I think that was Joe Hyman
That took the snap.
that took the snap.
I believe the Eagles have probably watched a little bit of game film because they seemed to know what was coming right there when Bruins had the 3 running backs in the backfield all ready to take the snapper.
Here's 3rd and 5. 3 running backs, shoulder to shoulder back there. You've got Woods, Cobb, and Hyman back there. Looks like Mason Cobb's taking the snap this time. Little play fake to Hyman. He's going to throw a pass. It's out there. It's incomplete.
It's in and out of the hands of Andrew Cobb. It was just actually beyond his hands. He got fingertips on it, but it certainly was trying to catch the Eagles off guard with that play, and it did catch him off guard. Unfortunately, it was just a little too far for him to do anything with it. So Bruins facing a 4th down and 5 here with 3 minutes 22 seconds left in the half. This is a Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion attempt.
We do have a winner who is going to receive 6 free cupcakes. Tell you about that in just a moment.
There's the pass by Pfizer over the middle to Cobb. We also have a flag on the field. We'll probably going to be coming backwards. Unfortunately, that was good for the 1st down, but it is going to be waved, or not waved off, but negated.
Coming back, yeah. Holding against the Bruins.
A lot of love and friendship out there tonight with all this holding.
Right.
So 4th down and 10 now. 4th down and 15.
Oh, who's the winner? Well, that's a good question. I need to text them back and ask. But they came back and said Missy Bristow is the owner of the Cupcake Factory. Of course, that's correct. So I'll send them a text real quick and ask them who that is here in just a moment. Got to keep up with the game.
So the Bruins looking at 4th and 14 from just shy of their own end zone.
There's the snap. Pass is complete to Cooper White. He took a hit hard. Looked like he was not. Yeah, he's going to need some help. He looked like he was about to fall over right as soon as he got hit.
Yeah, the fact that he held on to the ball is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not sure where that hit got him, but he was not.
It was immediately obvious because he was. As soon as he got hit, he was kind of stumbling there.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's catch up with some of these fan feedbacks real quick.
Well, and that is good for Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion.
Yeah. So another one for the Bruins.
But we're not too worried about that. We want to make sure that Cooper's okay down there. So
let's see. 7:56. I want to say, who are you? You win. All right. So going to get that name. Shout out to Braden Bratcher for passing out water to his teammates. Talk about heart of a Bruin. I like it. Yeah.
So
Cooper White gets a little help, and he's going to get checked out by the trainer, probably a little concussion protocol.
Yep.
Make sure he's all right. Of course, he had a fantastic game last week in Nashville and really kind of showed out his skills.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing him. Hopefully he's okay. So once again, there's Mason Cobb, Isarius Woods, and Joe Hyman. All three. We'll see. Looks like Joe Hyman took the snap this time. He's going to keep it. Flag comes in, and he picked up about a yard on that one. But this one's going to go against the Bruins.
Another holding.
Yep.
So while they're getting that set, I got some scores for y'all. Valonia is running away with it in BB 43-14 in the second quarter. And Parkview has got a nice lead over Rogers, 35-7. McClellan is leading Fair 22-12 in the second quarter. And Maumelle is up on Mills 21-0 in the first quarter.
How about this one for you? One of our fans helping us out. Number 24, according to Max Preps. That's Jax Miller.
Thank you.
Thank
Group
you very
effort
much.
here.
Yeah, love that. Let's see what the Bruins have for him this time. Pass, it's out there. It's complete this time to Jalen Witcher, and he's going to be forced out of bounds right about the 21-yard line. Did I see you say there was a flag there or no?
No, there was, for once, for the first time in seemingly multiple plays, they were looking at first down and 22. We'll see how many yards he was able to pick up there. I guess second down and 16, so he picked up 6 yards. A minute and 52 seconds left in the half. Bruffett's in the shotgun.
Handoff goes to Joe Hyman. He runs around the right side of the field across the 25, almost to the 30, maybe at the 30. We'll see where they place it.
So it's third down and about, looking at third down and about an 8 here.
Oh, wow. No, that's not very generous at all. That's back at the original line of scrimmage.
Wow.
That's going to be, is that fourth? He's got it marked as fourth on the field, but it's 3rd and 10.
Yep.
All right, whistles. He says stop the clock. Not sure what's going on. Oh, he's still working with the
trying to get the third
down. The down marker.
Yep. Making sure we're on the right down. Understandable. Make sure the players know what they're facing, what the coaches know what they're facing.
So I had a question about, hang on, let me get back to this real quick. Here's Bruffett. Pass. It's complete to Joe Hyman. That's going to gain about 7 yards. It'll be 4th and 3 for the Bruins for another Cupcake Factory 4th down conversion. Somebody asked me, said, can you tell us why Bratcher is out again? He is injured this week. Can't give you more details than that. But now they're going to throw another flag. Stop this one.
False start on the offense.
1 minute, 34 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
So ball's going to be marching backwards again. Looking at 4th down and about 8.
Fred McCulley, Dana Kelly's dad, watching from Texarkana. He always watches the games with us. Glad to have you with us, Fred. Also want to say happy birthday to seniors Lily and Logan Miller. Happy birthday, guys. If you're in the South Arkansas area, or excuse me, if you're in the Wynn area, there it is. That's, what is that? That's out east, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Check out the golf team. Come support the PA Bruin golf team. There's the snap. It's going to pass it. It's incomplete. It's broken up there by number 60.
Yeah,
that's Aaron Warren.
Yeah. Bruffett just was running a bit and didn't really have time to stop and make a better pass there. So the Bruins turn it over on downs.
Why is Braden Bratcher not playing? Where is Braden Bratcher? We want Bratcher. Yeah, well, we've got a minute and a half remaining until halftime. But in the meantime, yeah, like I said a minute ago, Hatcher is out on the injured list tonight, as is Jaden Kelly.
There's the snap. Looking to his left, and he finds number 19 on the left side there. That is Kason Link, and that's good for about 7 yards. The clock is ticking, though. Minute and 18 seconds left in the half. The Eagles are going to be looking to hurry this up and try to put some points on the board before the end of the half.
There you go, our winner of the Cupcake Factory cupcakes. That's Tucker Brock. Congratulations, Tucker. There's the handoff. He's going to run around the right side of the field. That's Jalen Abraham, and he'll be stopped at the 25-yard line by Bruins' Matthew Hugg, giving him the squeeze.
Well, and Blake Chapin was not able to get a clean snap there. The clock is ticking, 45 seconds left in the half. The Eagles are attempting to hurry up. Chapin's in the shotgun with Jake Harville to his left. Harville's back on the field after his injury.
Oh,
and Chapin falls down, as does Harville as he falls on the ball.
It's like the whole field just moved or something, the way that they both fell. Nobody was anywhere near them.
No, but it was having some snap issues there. So the Eagles call timeout with 28.1 seconds left in the first half. Bruins leading 32-7.
Once again, stick around for our Eccles Carpet One halftime show. I'm going to speak with Alicia Castleberry about an interesting new program that they have started. In the meantime, let's take a look around. Let's see. Maddie Moffitt, PA alumni class of 2011, watching live from Alberta, Canada. Ooh. There you go. I love hearing that. Maddie, I want a video from you and all of the rest of the alumni. Send me a widescreen video of yourself in an interesting place from wherever you are, or maybe where you work if you have an interesting job these days. All I need you to say is this: hi, I'm Maddie Moffitt from the class of 2011, and you're watching PA Live.
While you're at it, brag about how nice the weather probably is there compared to how hot it is down here.
What is it? Probably like, I'm going to guess, like probably in the 60s up there.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Oh.
I'll take that. That's perfect football weather. There's the snap. He's looking to pass downfield to the right side. That time it was intended for Jalen Abraham once again, but that was broken up this time by Layden Smith.
No, that was Trent Sawyer on the defense. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on top of his man. And
oh, yeah. It's 55 degrees in Alberta. Love that.
Putting those ribs out there, putting that cold temperatures out there.
All right. So Tucker Brock is going to win those cupcakes, and so I'm going to have a lunch with him. 23.4 seconds remaining in this half.
So apparently that was fourth down. The screen was showing third down, but that was fourth down. That fourth down conversion attempt failed, so Pfizer's in the shotgun. Hyman's in motion. He stops to the left of Pfizer. There's a snap. Pfizer's looking to his right. He's rolling out. He throws it to Hyman over the middle, who has some running room. He's at the 40, at the 50, midfield, at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 15, and he's run out of bounds right at the 14-yard line of the Eagles' territory.
Jalen Abraham playing on the defensive side, forces him out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. What a fantastic play.
You know, it takes a lot of patience to be able to pull that off, and Pfizer's part to wait for that play to develop. And it's good to see him, not showing any hesitation to go with the schemes. That took off, looks like about 14, 13 seconds. So there's 9.9 seconds left in the half. Pfizer's in the shotgun by himself. He's looking to his right. He throws it downfield to overthrows Miles Marotti in the end zone, but there's still 5 seconds left in the half. So be interested to see if the Bruins go for it go for the touchdown or opt to kick a field goal. They're not sending the field goal unit out there. We saw that last week at the end of the half when they were down 34-14, but it looks like they're wanting to keep the hammer
momentum
down, as they say.
No doubt. 5 seconds remaining in this half. There's the snap. Pfizer's looking. Pass is out there, and it looks like it was
tipped but caught by Miles Marotti.
I don't see a sign. There it is. Touchdown, Bruins.
I mean, that I didn't see what defender got his fingertips on that, but Marotti managed to get down right under the ball and bring it in.
Wow.
He hopped up. He knew he'd made a big play there.
With no time on the clock, here comes the extra point attempt. Wow.
Well, 2-point. Nope. Bruffett is he's confusing because Bruffett holds for the field goal unit.
Right.
So he's out there to hold for Clay James.
So Clay James is going to attempt the Bruins' first kick.
They catch him off guard, and there's flags. We see
so they're
at least once a game.
Put it half the distance to the goal, and let's see if they go ahead and kick or if they're going to bring out.
Looks like number 60 is taking a knee down there for the Bruins. Or not for the Bruins, for the Eagles. I'm not sure what he was doing, but we got that sorted out, and they had the field goal unit still out there.
Here's the snap. There's the kick. And it looks good.
Yep.
So the Bruins continue to lead this one at halftime, 39-7. What a game this has been so far for Pulaski Academy. Very different from last week.
Extremely different from last week.
So, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Afterwards, we invite you to stick around for the Eccles Carpet One halftime show. You've been watching Bruin football on PA Live.
In Week 2, the Hatcher Agency Defensive Player of the Game was junior linebacker Fuda Shinkawa. Fuda had 6 tackles against Ravenwood, including 2.5 tackles that totaled 14 lost yards. Fuda likes being active, and it shows. He is a member of the Chinese club, the band, the baseball team, and the wrestling team. Last year, Fuda earned 3rd place in the state wrestling tournament, beating out hundreds of other wrestlers. Please join us in congratulating Fuda Shinkawa, the Hatcher Agency Defensive Player of the Game.
All right, welcome back to the Eccles Carpet One halftime show. And here shortly I'll be joined by Alicia Castleberry, but for those who haven't had a chance to catch up with the first half of the game, the Bruins have really been quite the powerhouse in this one. They've really taken advantage of a lot of the mistakes that the Eagles made, but that very last one to end halftime, I mean, there was only 5 seconds remaining on the clock when they attempted that one, and so it was a 3-play, 71-yard drive that resulted in a 15-yard touchdown pass from Charlie Pfizer to Miles Marotti. It took 23 seconds off the clock. That was the entire play. So, there you go, Hope.
There was one incomplete pass before that took a few seconds off. Actually, and then there was the big play by Joe Hyman, where he managed to find a lot of running room down the left side of the field, and got him in the red zone. We didn't know what to expect with Bradshaw being out coming into this game. I remember when you informed me, I believe it was earlier today that I found out, and my mind started thinking, okay, well, Nolan Bruffett's going to get his shot. I wasn't sure if Pfizer was going to get a chance, but it seems like they're using them interchangeably out there.
Right. Well, and you've seen, like you said earlier, we've seen even some of the running backs.
We really need to find out the name of that formation where they just the three.
Right. It's like a wild Bruin or something.
Wild bear.
Yeah. Not quite sure what to think of that one.
Yep. Well, Brooks is no, I'm not expecting him now, Brooks. He just started, but he is calculating furiously over there, see what he could conjure up. Look across, I don't know if we can get a shot across the field, or we don't have a camera working right now, but the cheerleaders across the field, I believe I see some elementary school kids out there.
Oh, yeah, they're getting ready to take the field in a moment. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Avery, if you're watching, you might want to watch this.
Yeah.
Well, and in Bratcher's absence, this has certainly been like a group effort. We've seen Pfizer, we've seen Bruffett out there, we've seen the running backs take the snaps. And it also seems like we've called quite a few names on the receiving end: Marotti, Hyman, Dylan Allison. Good to see him back out there in the field.
Trying to find Miss Castleberry. I'm not sure where she ran off to.
Did we say who got the cupcakes?
Yeah, we sure did. Let me go back and find that again, because I did have a message to pass along. That was Tucker Brock. And Tucker, just all you've got to do is stop into the Cupcake Factory anytime, Tuesday through Saturday, and you'll find them on Canis Road. And I tell you what, if you have the time to stop by there at lunchtime, seriously, they have a full menu. At first, for the longest time, I actually thought that it was just like a blue plate special, like you just get whatever they had. No, it's a full service restaurant. So you come in, you sit down. They have wonderful wait staff. They've got a full menu, lots of different burgers, salads, just a lot of different things you can choose from, including, of course, lots of cupcakes and cookies. So, you want to make sure to leave something extra for dessert.
Oh, yeah.
But
you can always take some home, though.
That's true, too. Take it back to the office. Take it back to school. Make everybody jealous. Why not, But if you can do that, then great. If you can make it on a Friday, I'm going to tell you right now, that's my secret. Now, I've had to miss out the last 2 weeks.
Well, it's not a secret anymore, Josh.
Well, I know it's not a secret, but I'm going to tell you. I'm letting in all of my closest friends. That's you, Brooks, Christina, and the entire PA Bruin family. And I tell you, it's go there on a Friday, and you can pick out not just anything from the tradition, their standard lunch menu. Sure, you can got that if that's what you're feeling, but they also have on Fridays only fried catfish and those smoked ribs that have been smoking for like a whole day. It's like 12 hours or 24. I don't even remember. Deke told me once, but he comes up there and sets it up and has them smoking, and you don't even need any sauce on them. They're so good, and they just fall apart.
Ooh.
So I'm just telling you, I'm a big fan. So I can't wait for next week when we're back in town playing against GA Fair, and I'll get to stop by there on Friday for lunch.
Oh.
It's
Finally.
Just right next. It's right in between my office and my house. It's just perfect.
That's right, because you haven't been in Little Rock the past two Fridays.
The 2 Fridays, yeah, exactly. So I guess last week we actually left on Thursday to be in Nashville so that we were well rested, because that was such a long drive. And then this week it was, it's not as far of a drive, so we actually just left this morning, and so it was great. Nice little trip up. But I do miss it. I need to get my rib fixed.
I was trying to count how many different receivers have had receptions, and I think
the
number I've come up with for the Bruins, I think 10 maybe. And I don't know, Brooks might know a little better than I do, but I know Mason Cobb's had one, Merritt Jones has had one, Maratti's had a couple. I can't remember if Andrew Cobb's had one. I believe he has, but Dylan Allison's had one. Jalen Witcher's had one.
Sure.
Nick Guizol
has
had one. Joe Hyman's had a reception. Caleb Nichols has had a reception. I don't think Azarius Woods has had one, but he's had quite a few carries. He's done an excellent job as a workhorse. Oh, my goodness.
Right? Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen?
Oh, my goodness.
Right? That could be yours. It probably will be yours.
It already is yours. Mine, right, just not on a football field.
Not on this field, anyway.
Nope.
They're so cute.
Oh, gosh. And then, of course, Caleb Nichols has had has a catch.
Sorry, I interrupted you there, but
no, that's okay.
It was like cuteness overload on the field.
Very interested to see what they're going to dance.
I know somebody's at home, like walked away from their screen.
Oh yeah,
and they're in the kitchen getting popcorn or something. And I know they're listening, and they're like, "What are they looking at?" Well, you're missing out, because it's these tiny cheerleaders. They're probably anywhere from, I'm guessing 3 to 10, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm terrible on
definitely
judging
elementary
age.
School. I think at this, yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to be joined by Alicia Castleberry, and we're going to talk about a great new program they've started at the school. In the meantime, this has been this continues to be the Akel's Carpet One halftime show. We'll be right back. You're watching PA Live.
Good evening, PA community. My name is Lane Martins, and I'm the band director here at Pulaski Academy. I'm here to tell you about a very unique and interesting fundraiser that we've never done before. We're selling mattresses. Yes, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but you heard me right. We're having a one-day mattress sale. That is on Saturday, October 12th, from 10 to 5. We are selling mattresses. You'll come here to the middle school, upper school cafeteria right here by the band room, and they'll have 25 to 30 mattresses set out. You can lay on them, you can try them out. No, you're not paying for used mattresses or paying for any mattresses that people have laid on. You will have a new mattress ordered and sent to your house. So if you are in the market for a mattress, all we ask is that you stop by and check out our mattress sale first. We'd love to see you here. Again, that's Saturday, October 12th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We hope you'll come out and support the PA band. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. The cheerleaders are continuing on the field, and in the meantime, now we're just getting everything situated here with Miss Castleberry. She's joining me here.
Hello.
Get that up close. Hi. How are you?
Good. A little sweaty. A
Yeah,
little humid.
It is humid, but you know, I don't know, down there it might not be as breezy, but up here
No,
we've
it's
got
not breezy.
a nice little gentle breeze every once in a while, so it's nice up here.
Yes.
But thanks for coming up. I know that you're very busy during games. I'm not sure what. Oh, they've got somebody on the field. I thought somebody was talking to us all of a sudden. I was like, what is going on? So anyway, I know that you've got this great new program that's going on at the school. All I really know about it is that it's something to do with emotions and kind of realizing what everybody else is going through day to day. So tell me a little bit about it.
It's called the Ruler Emotional Intelligence Program, and if you saw Mark Breckett on the Good Morning America show a couple of weeks ago, he's actually released a book called Permission to Feel, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But the Ruler Program basically has you recognize that you have emotions, and they're okay, whether it be anger, happiness, excitement. They're all okay, but you need to recognize them, you need to understand them, you need to label those emotions, and then you need to kind of step back and take a moment and figure out how to respond to it and then move forward. So the first thing that we're doing is we started this summer, we sent 13 faculty staff members to Yale to it's called the Yale Initiative for the Ruler Program. And Mark Breckett was actually there, and he and his staff taught us a lot about this. It's not that it's anything earth-shattering, it's that we're actually taking the time to think about it and to recognize our emotions and how to deal with them. So we've started with the faculty, and we spent in service before school working with the faculty, and we're going to continue to do that. And we've started with the students as well, basically just teaching them to understand their emotions.
So you say it sounded like there's two parts there: understand your emotions and learn to deal with it. What's the end state goal of those two things? So if you're able to understand your emotions and you're able to deal with your emotions, what does that do for a person?
Well, emotions affect the way that it affects everything about how you learn and how you interact with people. So as far as for the students, it helps their frame of mind, because if you're really angry, it's hard to learn, it's hard to focus, it's hard to have established relationships, it's hard to memorize what you need to memorize and understand what, all those things. So you go into a setting and you say, okay, let me do and we call it the mood meter check.
Right.
Let me do a check-in and see where I am. And then you kind of look at your energy level. Am I high energy to really low energy? And then you also look at your pleasantness. Are you really unpleasant to very pleasant?
Right.
And then we call it, you look and see what quadrant you're in. Mm-hmm. And then that gives you the awareness, okay, I'm really calm, I'm good. This would be a good time for me to do like a writing reflection.
Oh, okay.
Or if I'm really high energy, this might be a really good time for me to do, for us to do kind of an activity that we get up and move around. And so you just kind of recognize where you are.
Gotcha.
And recognizing and labeling is half the battle.
Right.
And then what we're going to work with students on is learning what they call to take a meta moment. And what that means, we've always heard stop and count to 10 before you do something.
Sure.
It's the same principle, except that it goes along with the skills, and we're really going to consciously teach them, okay, stop, analyze where you are, and then how can we shift to a different, how do we shift if we want to be, if we're in what we call the blue area that's a little bit low energy and not very pleasant.
Sure.
How do we shift somewhere else?
Okay.
So
it was interesting because just a couple of days ago I was in the band room, and I was getting ready to help them shoot a promo for their upcoming jazz band concert and their fundraiser. And as I was standing there, I was just waiting around, and I looked up and I saw the meter. And of course, Christine has told me quite a bit about it. And I saw the thing on the wall, and I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, energy level, yeah, I'm like at -1. And pleasantness, yeah, about a -1 in there too. So I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, just kind of knowing that about yourself. And then, it is an interesting, and it was funny because as I afterwards, I was kind of putting everything together, and the beginning band students started walking in.
Yes.
And they're very loud, and they love to talk to each other. They love to talk to you. They can't wait to play their instruments, and so they start putting them together. And I remember one of them called out Mr. Martins, and they said, "What is that chart about? I keep seeing it everywhere now. It's in all of the classrooms.
Yes.
What is it about?" And one of the guys, one of the other students, he says, "Well, it's so that we all know about what each other's emotions."
Yes.
And he was like, "Well, that's just common sense that everybody else has emotions." And I said, "Well, it might be." I looked at him and said, "It might be common sense to you, but hopefully this program helps everybody realize that everyone else has emotions and things that they're going through, and they're individual people."
Yes.
And so when you're going through something, it's good for you to know it. It's good for others around you to be cognizant of that, and that way we can all work together to have a better relationship and a better community.
I agree, and I think we're going to work on body language. You can look at somebody's body language and tell a little bit about where they're feeling, and you need to learn to read their body language.
Right.
You may change the way you approach them differently. So these are, their skills. It's not something we're going to learn overnight, and we're going to continue to work through it. And as I said earlier, Mark Breckett just released his book, Permission to Feel. And as a faculty and staff, we're going to go through it through the year, and we're going to have book talks through our our staff meetings, our grade level team meetings, our large faculty meetings, so that we can continue along this process of, kind of getting to where we all understand that it's okay to feel. How you respond to those feelings is what's going to make the difference.
Sure.
So.
Fantastic. Alicia, thank you so much for taking the time to come up here. I know it's a hike coming up these steps.
It is a hike, but and y'all are doing a great job. My husband's already texted me and said he's listening to y'all and watching.
Oh, cool. Thanks,
very
Mike.
Entertaining.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to take another quick break, and afterwards we're going to go over just a quick summary of the first half of tonight's game, and we're going to look forward to the second half. We'll be right back. You're watching the Akel's Carpet One halftime show on PA Live.
Senior Courtney Robinson is our Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week. Courtney is a member of the Lady Bruins volleyball team and a National Merit semifinalist. She puts her heart and soul and incredible work ethic into the classroom and the volleyball court. Courtney is an incredible role model for girls of all ages. Please join us in recognizing Courtney Robinson, the Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week.
And we are back here at Rodney Durant Field in Shreveport, Louisiana, where the Pulaski Academy Bruins are leading the Eagles 39-7. We got a few minutes here left in the halftime as we wait for the teams to come out in the field. I'm here with Brooks Beasley, who's had a chance to try to calculate the tremendous amount of offense that the Bruins have put up in the first half.
Well, it's been pretty fast-paced, let me say that for us. But unofficially here, I'll try to go over the best that I could do here tonight.
Well, let me ask you this, Brooks.
Okay.
How many different receivers have caught a pass tonight?
Let's see. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different receivers.
Okay, I guess I added one in there that did not have a catch. So,
yeah. As a matter of fact, we'll just go over the receptions right quick. We've had 3 quarterbacks so far during the ball game. Charlie Pfizer, he's a 10th grader. He's 5 of 8. And then we have Bruffett, who is a junior. He is 18 of 25. And then we have Mason Cobb. He is 1 of 1. And the only drawback to all that, we had 1 interception, and that Bruffett was intercepted in the first quarter. And then as far as receiving, we have Mason Cobb. He's got 5 receptions for 58 yards. And I have him posted for 1 touchdown. And then we have Cash. He's 2 receptions for 8 yards. And then we have number 4, who is our number 4?
That is Merritt Jones.
Okay, Merritt Jones.
I don't think he's played this year. He might have played in the first game maybe, but he did not play last week. So.
Right, yeah. He's got 2 receptions for 19 yards. I'll have to keep him in my list of all the receivers from now on. Then we have Marati. He has two receptions for 58 yards and a touchdown. And then we have Allison, number 11. He's 1 reception for 6 yards. And Jalen Witcher has 3 receptions for 5. And then we have Joe Hyman. He's got 4 receptions for 60, and one of those receptions was a big, long run down the sideline there. And I thought he was going to score, but he got bumped out of bounds about the 10-yard line or somewhere.
Was that the one near the end of the half?
Yeah, that was the one real close to the end of the half. But like I said, he's got 4 for 60. And then we have Nichols, number 24. He has 1 for 6. And then we have Cooper White. He has 3 for 70 yards and a touchdown. Altogether, we have total receiving yards in the first half of 285 yards. In the rushing category, we have Mason Cobb, 1 rush for 3 yards and a touchdown. And then we have Bruffett has 2 rushes for 9 yards. And then Allison, number 11, he has two carries for 15 yards. And then Joe Hyman has 7 carries, for 42 yards and a touchdown. And Pfizer, number 17, the 10th grade quarterback, has 1 rush for 12 yards. And I thought he was going to score, but didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
And then we have Azarius Woods. He has 5 carries for 21 yards. And all told, we have 18 rushes for a total of 102 yards. And altogether, our total offense output for the first half was 387 yards. That's rushing and passing combined.
How many rushing plays did the Bruins put out there?
I've got 18 down there.
18, and then how many passing plays?
Let's see. 20. We had a total of, I think, of catches, let's put that way, of 23 receptions.
So, I mean, it's surprisingly well balanced.
Yeah,
it not only, it's leaning more towards the, a little pass heavier, which is surprising, again, considering that Braden Bradshaw is out for the night, but it certainly seems to be working for him.
And as far as the first down category goes, I've had the Bruins for 9 first downs the first half. It seems like, we got a lot of yards and everything, but some of these are long rushes or long catches, and so that kind of, you might have a lot of yards, but you don't have very many first downs. In time of possession, the Bruins had the ball 7 minutes and 32 seconds, in the first quarter, and then 7 minutes and 46 seconds in the second quarter for a total of 15 minutes and 18 seconds.
Nice. Well, and going back to what you said about players having longer runs and having a lot of kind of beefing up the stats. So, Azarius Woods has had a lot of good runs, and none of them have been for a big breakout. I think one he got stopped short, but then I think at least 4 of them he went for 5 or 6 yards, and it's putting the Bruins in an extremely good position to make their offense work the way they want to work.
Right. If you got your fullback and he can get you a good 5 yards, you're halfway there to 10. So that really helps out tremendously. One thing I was concerned about last week, he was on crutches on the sideline, and I guess he got his ankle or back in.
Yeah, but it might have just been a precaution.
Right.
They may not have known exactly what was wrong with it, and you just don't want to put pressure on it if you don't need to.
But if you've got a yard or two, hand him the ball, and he can probably get it for you. He's a big fella.
Oh,
and, he can really go.
And we saw him do that, getting 1 rushing touchdown earlier at the goal line. But so we're about a minute out from the start of the second half. This is the going to wrap up the Ackles Carpet One halftime show. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here in Shreveport, Louisiana, where the Bruins are leading 39-7.
This Friday Night Spotlight is brought to you by Caldwell Toyota. Pulaski Academy would like you to join us in recognizing our core value student of the week, Kennedy Caldwell. Kennedy exemplifies the core values. As student council president, she leads by example. She's responsible, organized, and so respectful. She inspires others to work hard and follow her. Our core value student of the week is brought to you by Caldwell Toyota. Just another way Caldwell cares.
Hello.
Where the Pulaski Academy Bruins are leading the Eagles 39-7 as we watch the seconds tick down on the halftime clock. We're wrapping up the Eagles Carpet One halftime show. And if memory serves me correctly, Brooks, and you can fix that correction, they're going to be kicking off. The Bruins will be kicking off to start the second half. The Bruins are going to be moving from right to left, with the Eagles receiving. We can expect an onside kick, and the Bruins have actually had some pretty good success.
They've had some real good luck. If you were to talk to Coach Kelly right now, I think we've gotten 2 onside kicks tonight, and he says when we get that many, we win the ball game.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be the case tonight for the Bruins.
Yeah, well, in the first 2 games, they did not have a whole lot of success with them, so it's good to see them turning that around here.
Well, I'm sure Coach and the team have worked on that this past week a lot.
Oh, yeah. So there is the kick, and it takes a high bounce, and it looks like the Eagles have come up with it. And they actually ran it back for a few yards. That was number 19, I believe, Kason Link for the Eagles. We've called his name a few times. He's had a couple of catches for the Bruins. So the Bruins, or the Eagles.
I think it's hot. I think he's a little hot, he said.
If we didn't go over that last scoring drive for the Bruins right before halftime, was 3 plays, 71-yard drive, and it was 15-yard TD pass by Pfizer to Marotti. It took a big 23 seconds off the clock to end up to end the second half or the first half, in the second quarter.
Gotcha. So the Eagles, well, they're looking to snap the ball, but we have some confusion on the field.
The officials are talking to each other.
Trying to figure out the play clock, probably. Welcome back, Mr. Carroll.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the break. There we go. Now we're all set. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. That's Chapin has the pass out to Jalen Abraham. He makes a 5-yard gain before he's brought down by the Bruins. Did you see who had that tackle? I missed that. I think it might have been Matthew Hugg.
Yeah, it's number 13.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I saw.
All right, Chapin again in the shotgun. This time he has 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, and a tailback on his left side. There's the snap. He's going to get sacked in the backfield for looks like about a 6-yard loss and a flag on the play.
Oh, Fuda Shinkawa came straight up the middle.
Oh, no, a face mask. No, sir. That might have happened after the play.
Still a personal foul. That's actually worse for it to happen after the play, I'm afraid.
Oh, well.
Either way, a personal foul.
If it happened at all, it was unintentional. But I guess there's no more unintentional either. So
nope. So that's going to give the Eagles a first down. Fuda managed to shoot up the middle untouched, but unfortunately he got a little too handsy on his tackle.
All right, here's Chapin again.
He overthrows the intended receiver, number 1, Rattler. Rattler did have a little lead on his defender, but Chapin just put it too far out in front of him. So the Eagles are looking at 2nd down and 10, 11 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter.
Rattler was being defended by Clay James. Chapin, again, this time he has 3 receivers on the left side, 1 to the right, tailback on his left. There's the pass. It's out there, and it is not complete. It was intended for, it's number 13, Tylen McClain.
He actually slipped and fell down, and so he was not in position to where the ball was ended up going. I think he might have had a shot. Matthew Hugg runs off the field as the Eagles are facing a 3rd and 10 from the Bruin 39-yard line. Chapin's in the shotgun, takes a snap. He's looking to his right, and it's intercepted by Clay James, I believe, or is that, no, that's Trent Sawyer.
It is Trent Sawyer.
And he picked it off right at the 20-yard line of the Bruins, well, now Eagles territory.
Unfortunately, he ran out of bounds at the 20.
Well, the way his momentum was going, he had no choice, but regardless, he got the ball back. And
nicely done.
Stepping up big there.
I had a chance to speak with Coach Taylor during halftime, and he said that we can expect the Bruins to come out and they're going to air out the ball quite a bit. We're going to see the defense on fire, looking for ways to intercept the passes. So that's
step one accomplished.
Right. That's Bruffett. Handoff immediately to Joe Hyman. Picks up a gain of
maybe a yard, if
maybe,
that.
Yeah. See where they place it. No. Loss of 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 yards to go. .10:33 remaining in the third quarter. Bruins lead 39-7. Pass is complete to Joe Hyman. He runs around the right side of the field. He's along the right hash marks, and he's brought down just inside the 25-yard line.
You know, it's an interesting play call there because, you know, normally when you see a wide receiver screen or a screen pass out that way, it's, you know, they stop, they turn, they catch it. But Hyman was in motion. He caught it over his shoulder and then turned up the field and picked up the yardage. It's like a half-executed wheel route.
Bruffett looking to pass down the left side of the field, right side, excuse me. That's complete to Mason Cobb, and he is brought down in the Eagles' territory at the 36-yard line. It's a first down for the Bruins.
That's an excellent start by the Bruins to kick off the second half.
And just as foretold, they're airing out the ball quite a bit.
They are. When do they not air out the ball?
Right, this is very true. Bruffett now has 3 receivers left, one to the right. Handoff goes to Hyman. Hyman makes his way up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of about 8 yards.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hyman come off here and Woods to come in and see if they can pick up that first down. There is 9 minutes and 23 seconds and counting left in the third quarter.
It's kind of funny. Now, earlier they couldn't get the marker on the field, on the side of the field to show third down. Now it's stuck on third down, but it is second down. There's the snap to Bruffett. Looking to pass on the right side. Pass is out there. He's got a man out there. No, that was Jalen Witcher. Could not bring it in. Kind of bounced off his fingertips.
Oh, you know, he's won that one back. It was well-placed pass by Bruffett.
Well, and Jiron Rattler of the Eagles was giving him just enough. It was Jiron Rattler and Walker Johnson were both giving him just enough pressure to shake him up a bit.
Maybe make him hear footsteps. So we have a timeout on the field. I did not see who called that timeout, but with 9 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third quarter, the Bruins are leading 39-7 here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Let's see if we can get some scores from around our home state, if you will.
Go for it.
Maumell's leading Mills 21-0. Well, that still says in the first quarter. Let's see if we can get that updated. Taking its dear sweet time here. We got a
You know what? Yeah, we do. Yeah. And so here's I'm going to guess don't. Okay, so for future reference, don't put PS, don't read that on the air. Started out with don't read this on the air. I almost read it. but we'll make sure to Giesel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had it right the first time.
Okay, so that's the snap is taken and the pitch is to Dylan Allison, who weaves his way to a first down and then some right around the 20-yard line is when he goes out of bounds.
He picked up like 7 yards on that one. Nice.
Yeah. Well, it was a little pitch forward to him, a little misdirection, because it looked like the ball was going to go to Hyman, who was running to the left, but Dylan cut across the middle and ended up on the right side with a few blockers in front of him. So there's the snap. Bruffett quick pass to the right side to, I did not see who that was, but it's good for 9 yards right around the first down marker, and they are comfortably in red zone territory now. That, I believe, was actually that was Andrew Cobb who caught that ball. So
here's Bruffett in the shotgun. Handoff immediately goes to Hyman. He's across the 5 and in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
I mean, Hyman left a couple of Eagles players on the ground. Well, it looks like oh goodness, number 51 is hobbling, and we have an injury timeout to tend to him as the players take a knee to let him get tended to.
All right, since they're going to take a break, let's take a break with them. We are watching Bruin football on PA Live.
Oh, hello! We are the cast and crew of PA Theater's fall play, The Curious Savage.
Please join us on October 12th and 13th in Murphy Theater as we perform this fun, heartwarming comedy.
The Curious Savage follows the story of Ethel Savage, that's me, whose husband recently died and left her with a fortune.
Contrasting the kindness and loyalty of psychiatric patients with the avarice and greed of so-called respectable public figures. It calls into question the standard definitions of sanity while lampooning celebrity culture.
Mark your calendars for October 12th at 7 p.m. and October 13th at 2 p.m. We're so excited to perform and hope to see you there.
Hello, I'm Daniel McGrath, and I play the trumpet and flugelhorn in the PA Jazz Band. We would like to invite you to join us for an evening of jazz on Wednesday, September 25th at 7:30 in the Murphy Theater. You'll hear familiar tunes like Sir Duke, Moanin', and Feel So Good. The concert is free of charge, and we guarantee you'll enjoy it or your money back. So mark your calendars for Wednesday, September 25th at 7:30 in the Murphy Theater.
So after seeing to that player, he just needed some water, maybe a couple of bananas. He'll be all right. And the extra point attempt was kicked up off the foot of number 8, Clay James. Tell us about that drive, Holt.
That was an 8-play, 81-yard drive capped off by a 10-yard touchdown run by Joe Hyman. It took 3 minutes off the clock. Thank you, Mr. Beasley.
You're welcome.
So while we're waiting for them to kick the onside kick, got those updated scores. Maumell's leading Mills 27-0 in the third quarter. Valonia is leading BB 50-14 in this. Well, this says second quarter. I'm not sure I believe that, but Parkview is leading Rogers 35-7, and we don't have a score from the Little Rock Christian game. And then McClellan is leading Fair 36-12 in the third quarter. If anyone knows that Little Rock Christian score, feel free to shoot it to us. And we always want to keep track of what our rivals are up to.
Send us a text. Don't forget our live fan feedback text line is 501-570-6464.
Surprising, guys, we might see a regular kickoff at this juncture of the ball game.
I think you will. There it is. Off the foot of Clay James. It's going to go deep into the end zone. There it is. Well, not deep. It's going to roll through the end zone. How's that?
That's deep for a PA kick.
It is a deep PA kick. You're right. You called it, Brooksy.
Well, once we get this, the score like it is now, Coach Kelly reverts back to a normal kickoff.
I'm looking to see if there is maybe somebody can fill me in, one of our fans. We've got such great fans out there. Bruin fans, obviously not ours. I mean, who would actually be one of our fans? My gosh.
We're collateral.
Loser. But anyway, yeah, we're collateral. Collateral damage is more like it. So I was looking up to see if they have a sportsmanship rule. Go ahead.
So there is the snap by the Eagles, and number 2, Jake Harville, is brought down right around the line of scrimmage by several Bruins. I see who did I see in there? Richard Griffith, a couple others in there on the stop.
See, I was looking up to see if Louisiana has a sportsmanship rule or mercy rule, if you will. They actually do have a sportsmanship rule, but it has nothing to do with the score. It actually has to do with parents and officials.
Yep.
So it does not look like they do. I can't other than what I found there. There's the snap. Handoff immediately goes to Jalen Abraham. He's running the right side of the field. He's trying to make his way to the 20, but he is not getting there from this angle, so he's going to try the other way. Nobody on the other end, so he's got some blocking. Oh, and he's finally brought down by Layden Smith right at the 28-yard line. It's a good gain for them, but not as many as how many yards he ran. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, Clay James was actually defending still staying on his receiver, so he happened to be over there to slow him down a little bit.
That's going to be a hard one for the Eagles. That's Jalen Abraham, who's down on the field. Looks like he's shaken up quite a bit.
Well, and on the replay, he took a pretty hard hit, and it was an awkward angle because Bruins were coming from an area or section, whatever, an angle that you don't normally used to seeing.
Right. Well, and it was just because that play kind of reversed and nobody really expected it to, so everybody was blocking and running in the odd direction. So seeing somebody get hit from an odd direction, yeah, that's to be expected right there.
Yeah. So we have 6 minutes 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Bruins leading 46-7 after they tend to. Abraham.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Yeah, yep. As they continue to tend to him, we'll be right back. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
The Week 2 Hug and Haul Offensive Player of the Game was junior wide receiver Cooper White. Playing against Ravenwood, Cooper had 6 receptions for 80 yards and 1 touchdown. Cooper has a 3.8 GPA, and in his spare time, he likes to play basketball, Xbox, shoot skeet, and eat. Cooper is active in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Young Republicans, Film Club, and the Chinese Club. Congratulations to Cooper White, the Hug and Haul Offensive Player of the Game.
And we're back. You had a little help off the field. Thanks to Coach Jacoby for giving us that score that Little Rock Christian won 42-7 over Greenbrier. There's the snap. Handoff this time goes to Jake Harville. Looks like no gain. He might have actually lost a yard.
Yeah.
And he's slow to get up this time.
Goodness.
He's not gonna let him take an injury timeout for him, he says. I'm up. I'm good, coach. Let me play.
So as they say, shake it off.
Yeah. You know, I know the baseball team gets tired of me playing that every time somebody gets hit with a pitch.
Oh, they go for it on 4th down, and it's going to be a close one. We'll wait and see. Bruins are signaling he did not get it. I suspect he might have been able to lunge across that 4th.
Yeah, he got it.
Yep. They're signaling 1st down, so Eagles about to the point where they know they have to go for it on 4th down.
Timeout. Or no, that's not.
That's good enough for an Eagle.
So 5 minutes and 59 seconds left. Look like we have a.
Yeah, it is a timeout.
A signal timeout. I'm not sure which side called it. It might have been the Bruins trying to get it in before that play could have been run, but
sure.
I don't know why they would give it to him after.
5:59 remaining in the third quarter. Yeah, it seems I've got 3 or 4 different songs that I'll play whenever somebody gets hit with a pitch. The first one is let's see, it's "Shake It Off." That's an easy one. Then you've got help me out. Great Big Glasses piano guy.
Elton John.
Elton John, thank you. How'd you get that? That was uncanny. Elton John's "I'm Still Standing." I'm still standing even after all this time. Yeah. And then there's another one. I don't remember what it was now. Well, there's another. There's so many of them. You know, I'm sitting there listening to I listen to everything, and so every once in a while I hear something. I'm like, ooh, that would be great for this, you know, and I'll write it down. But I tell you, seriously, you got to come to a baseball game sometime so I can tell you the story about the Russian K's.
Oh, no.
Oh, those Russians. Here's 1st and 10. Man in motion. He's scrambling out of the pocket, trying to find somewhere to go. He's going to keep it himself and lower his shoulder. And, wow, what a hit. Woo, man.
Clay James, and both of them hopped up, amazingly enough.
They sure did.
That was double lowered shoulders right near the line of scrimmage. It was good for about 9 yards.
Yeah, 2nd and 1. Goodness gracious, that was a hit on both sides. It's like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, right?
Yeah, somehow he was able to escape the clutches of Fuda Shinkawa.
Little lateral pitch goes out to Jalen Abraham. He gets stopped at the 38-yard line.
That was Matthew Hugg and Braden Cash combined for the stop there.
It's a loss of 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 2.
5 minutes and 30 seconds left exactly on the third quarter as the clock continues to tick down. At this point, the Eagles are going to be using all 4 downs from here on out, I imagine.
.506 and counting on the clock. 27 seconds on the play clock. He's taking his time. There's the snap. Handoff immediately to Jake Harville. And he's brought down by the ankle by Trent Sawyer.
Picks up the first down, though, right around the 45, 44-yard line of Eagle territory.
I know you can't hear it, Holt and Brooks, but we've been airing this spot for the jazz band concert coming up soon. I told you last week you can't miss those. They are fantastic. A little play action there. This time Shapen's going to keep the ball himself, and he scrambles out to a first down, it looks like. I agree.
They're running the ball quite a bit. They've certainly seemed to have abandoned the pass game almost, and they're not really hurrying up to try to get on the field. We have a flag on the field, so it's been a while since we've seen one of those.
Sure, yeah. It looks like that one goes against the Eagles, so they're going to place the ball back at the 30. Was that 39? 38, 39? I can't see it.
Let's see.
Yeah, 39.
Looks like it's going to be a holding penalty. So it is. Wait to see how many yards it's going to be. Looks like it's roughly about 16, 17. First and 17 for the Eagles. 4 minutes, 27 seconds and counting on the clock. Once again, they're not really hurrying up too much.
Got a note for Brooks saying thanks for being the numbers man, Brooks Beasley from Fred McCulley.
There's the snap. The handoff is to Abraham, who runs to the right side, and we have another flag on the field right around the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
and
man.
He's signaling holding, so it's going to be.
I can tell you right now, Richard Griffith is hurting in a manly kind of way.
Oh.
He got up, and it was. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but
he'd been riding a horse.
It was obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still hurting. He's trying to cough it off.
Anyway, first down and probably about 20. We'll see how far they walk it backwards.
That's going to be the next big pop hit. I'm just going to cough, 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 cough.
No.
Cough it off. No. Okay. No. I just got a text. I'm fired.
It's first and 30. I'm sorry. So there's the snap. Look to the left. Passes it to.
Looks like number 1, Jiron Rattler.
And he is managed to evade quite a few Bruins before he's brought down about the 40-yard line.
I'm going to tell you, if you weren't looking at the screen right then, he just dragged a Harrison Lane for about 5 yards.
And we have another injury. It looks as Rattler.
That's Rattler, yeah.
He took a lick right at the end of that play, so he's hobbling off the field. He does not want the injury timeout.
Well, he's already got it, so.
It's frustration on his part.
The coach is out there on the field. Really, he's looking for a targeting. That's what it is. He thought there was targeting in there. But both the official and the side judge both said no, there was no targeting there. Here's Shapen, has the ball, looking to pass. He's going to scramble to the right, scramble back to the center, and he's going to be brought down after about a 2-yard gain.
That was Fuda Shinkawa, Richard Griffith, and who is number 27?
Clinton Wilson.
Clinton Wilson. I should know that. I know. Memory failed me, but
I don't know what that's like. I can't remember the last time I forgot something.
Oh, that got a Brooks laugh. I guess it was worth it.
I'm gonna need a soundboard where I can just hit it. Womp, 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 womp. Third down, 15 yards to go from the Eagles' own 42-yard line.
There's the snap.
He's scrambling. He's got a lot of pressure. He's having to run way back. He's just going to throw it away now.
So,
and now, who was that? That's Jake Harville looks back at the referee saying, "Hey, why aren't you throwing a flag?" But there's.
I'm not really sure what he was looking for.
I'm not sure either. He's still upset about it. Something.
Well, I'm sure they're extremely frustrated on the Eagles sideline right now. This game has gotten away from them.
I am curious. I've got to ask a question since we have a lull real quick. If there's anybody in these stands for the Bruins that's listening to us right now, just wave at us real big. I just want to see if anybody's listening. Okay, there's a couple. Sure.
Well, there is 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter, but they already know that because
they're here. They can see it. So here they're going to punt, 4th and 20. Bruins making sure that the ball is actually going to be kicked before they run off the field. Oh, and takes a nice Bruin bounce. And it'll be downed at the 26-yard line. Nice position for the Bruins. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bruins leading 46-7. Let's see who else I've heard from today. Little Rock Christian 42-7 over Greenbrier. Thank you very much. Not only did we get that once from Coach Jacoby, we had 5 other fans tell us that. How great are these guys?
They love us. They really love us.
Okay, so the question is, do private schools in Louisiana have their own classification? I know that Evangel have won multiple state championships.
So here's the snap, and Woods is going to keep it as a direct snap to him, and he rumbles forward for about 4 yards. I was talking to Brooks at halftime, and Woods has done an excellent job of doing that so far tonight. I mean, I think he's had 5 or 6 runs just straight up the middle.
Yep.
And, I mean, it's like a guaranteed 4 or 5 yard run every time. That time it was 5 yards, so they're looking at 2nd down and 5 as the clock ticks down below 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Answer that question after this play. Here's Charlie Pfizer.
And he spikes it down. I guess I'm not really sure what the rule is there, but it was not called intentional grounding. He was feeling some pressure, so he went ahead and got rid of it, I guess.
Well, so the answer to that question is no, they don't have a private school classification. This team is actually playing in 4A this year. They just dropped down from 5A. They're actually the size of a 1A or 2A school in Louisiana. But they've been playing at 5A, and they just dropped down this year to 4A.
There's Pfizer looking. He finds
Merritt Jones.
Merritt Jones over the middle for about 15 yards.
Yeah, he's going to be brought down at the 47-yard line. That's a Bruin first down.
Excellent job by Pfizer. He had actually released that ball before the intended target actually had turned around. And, I mean, as soon as he turned around, it was coming right at him, and he had the wherewithal to put his hands up and catch it. Excellent job by Merritt Jones there.
Had a fan say, shout out to our young quarterbacks answering the bell. Yeah, no kidding. Here's one of them now. Charlie Pfizer looking. He has a pass complete to Cash. Cash is going to get wrapped up at the 50-yard line, brought down after about a 3-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Bruins. Oh, they're going to add 1 more yard to that, so let's call it 2nd and 6.
6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Pfizer stays out there with Woods. Probably going to be in the backfield. Would not be surprised to see Woods just
take it.
Yep.
They have twins on either end, but they're pulled in tight. There's the snap.
No.
Nope. Pfizer's looking to pass. No, he's going to scramble around the other side. Wait, where's that going? Whoa! And he just took it. There's a flag. Thank you. He just took out the referee, and he's not moving.
Oh, no.
He went flat on his back.
We probably need to take a timeout here while they tend to him on the sidelines.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll be right back. You're watching Bruin football on PA Live.
In Week 2, the Hatcher Agency Defensive Player of the Game was junior linebacker Fuda Shinkawa. Fuda had 6 tackles against Ravenwood, including 2.5 tackles that totaled 14 lost yards. Fuda likes being active, and it shows. He is a member of the Chinese club, the band, the baseball team, and the wrestling team. Last year, Fuda earned 3rd place in the state wrestling tournament, beating out hundreds of other wrestlers. Please join us in congratulating Fuda Shinkawa, the Hatcher Agency Defensive Player of the Game. Pulaski Academy's After School Extras Fall Catalog is out now. Whether your 3-year-old is interested in dance or your 5th grader likes to play Minecraft, there is an After School Extra for you. There are classes in dance, chess, cheerleading, yoga, sports, Chinese, Minecraft, art, and many more. There's even a secret spy academy, but I can't tell you any more about that one here. For details on this one, and for details on all of the classes, check out the After School Extras Fall Catalog on Veracross today.
All right, and we're back. And the official on the far side, he was getting some attention by several of the trainers out here on the field. And there was lots of concern because he wasn't moving for a moment there. Not sure if he was, how bad he was hurt, but he's on his feet now. Looks like he's ready to get back involved in the game. So,
is there a concussion protocol
for officials? I'm not sure. I would hope so. I mean, hopefully somebody at least asked him his name and.
Yeah, I am Batman.
You know what? If that ever happens to me, that's exactly my response. Do you know what your name is? I'm Batman.
Is he in the habit of
knocking
himself out?
Oh, I think she might.
Oh, it might happen right here.
She's going to help me. There's the snap. Goes directly to Woods. He's going to keep it. He's across the 35. Pushing his way. There's a flag comes in. He's across the 30.
That flag is right at the line of scrimmage, so it's probably going to be negated. Yep, they're signaling holding on the Bruins, so marching backwards. It's gotten a little familiar, a little too familiar with doing that.
Yep.
Tonight, 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Goodness, they're going to mark off.
That should just be 10 yards.
That's okay. There he goes. Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 20 for the Bruins. 38 seconds and counting on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Bruins continue to lead 46-7.
Pfizer's in the shotgun by himself. Got quads to the right and one to the left. He's looking to the right, and he passes it right into the hands of number 51, who fortunately for the Bruins, dropped it. He is extremely upset with himself because he was going to the end zone with that one. He was taken into the house.
Right.
So
there was nobody around to stop him.
Nope. And he is not a small boy.
They're saying run the clock. Run the clock. There we go. Now they're running the clock. 14 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Bruins are going to step up. They have 20 seconds on the play clock. I would imagine they just let it roll, but I'm not going to. Let's see. Still another quarter to play. There's the snap to Pfizer. He's looking to pass, except he gets brought down and the ball comes loose, and I think the Eagles have it.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
That decision backfired a little bit. I think Pfizer got a little antsy. He stepped up in the pocket, and rather than just letting go of the ball, he let go of the ball, but not the way he wanted to. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Eagles are going to start with the ball in right inside Bruin territory at the 49-yard line. Bruins are leading 46-7.
Had a couple of folks that sent us a message that said, here's the rule from the AHSAA, but they do not have a mercy rule or a sportsmanship rule like we have in Arkansas in Louisiana. But someone does also say prayers for the ref.
Yep.
So he's looks like he's okay over there.
I think he's getting checked on every once in a while.
Yeah.
So now the Eagles are going to be going from right to left.
Let's turn it around one more time.
Yep.
Isn't that a song?
Well, there's turnaround.
Turn around.
That was not a cue for you to sing.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and No. I think sometime we need to have like a Bruin karaoke. What do y'all think?
No.
No? Seriously? That was like an emphatic and in stereo.
Yeah, I'm about to say that was.
No. Come on. I think Bruin karaoke sounds like fun.
You're really going to make her pull the mic down, aren't you?
She really is going to. I'm going to get muted here in a minute, and you're going to know why.
There's the snap.
Go ahead, Holt.
And he's looking downfield. Clay James is on the coverage, but the ball overthrows Rattler, who had a couple steps in front of James, but that was the longest pass we've seen from Blake Chapin tonight, but it was a little too long in this instance.
11:51 remaining in the game. 26 seconds on the play clock.
The Eagles are looking to the sideline for the play.
Chapin in the shotgun. There's the snap. Looking to pass. Pass is complete to Jalen Abraham. He's going to run up the left side of the field, and he's wrapped up tight by Kendall Pickett. And he gets pulled down. They're going to mark that one at the 37-yard line. It's a first down for the Eagles.
Clock is ticking away. It's down to 11 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game.
Once again, Chapin in the shotgun. It's a low snap. He has to bobble it. He's losing some time. Lots of pressure because of that. He's looking all around. He's going to get sacked. Yeah, there it is. He's finally covered up.
Forced into the arms of,
I think it said 45.
Yeah.
That can't be right. I don't
41. 40. That's Luke Witham, and that was Fuda Shinkawa that forced him into the arms, but they called a holding penalty and a holding penalty, negating penalties, and just going to replay the down apparently. Oh, personal foul.
Just a boo-boo. That's what he just said. I'm sorry, I can't make this up. I was listening to you, but then I was trying to hear what the public address announcer said because I thought, well, maybe he understood that sign that we didn't understand.
Yeah,
and so I was listening to him, and he said, I don't know, I guess it was just a boo-boo.
So
maybe that's a Louisiana thing.
First down and 8.
Oh, lots of pressure. He's going to run out of the pocket.
Flush out of the pocket. There's a flag on the play. The pass is caught by number 1 Rattler right at the 1-yard line. But I imagine we're going to see this one going backwards again.
That was not called a touchdown.
No.
I don't know why the PA announcer just said that. Nobody signaled a touchdown.
The crowd is not happy right now, understandably so.
Right. You can't. That's if you want to turn a crowd the wrong way, just tell them your team just did something great, and then have to tell them that they didn't.
Yeah. Well, and number 26, I believe I saw for the Eagles, was extremely frustrated out there. I'm trying to find him now. It was one of the offensive linemen, and he kind of looked like he got his hand. We knew he got his hand caught in the cookie jar. So.
Chapin in the shotgun. He has one receiver to the left, 2 to the right. There's the snap. Looking to the left side. There's the pass. It's complete to Walker Johnson, and he's forced out of bounds
by Clay James.
Clay James, yeah.
Good job. A good open field tackle. Managed to wrap his man up and bring him down because he was heading for the end zone if he didn't. 10 minutes exactly left in the game. Bruins still leading 46-7.
2nd and 6. Chapin, there's the snap, looking to pass. The pass is out there, and it's good. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a very well-placed pass right in the end zone.
That was number 3, Walker Johnson. The pass went right over the hands of Clay James. James looked like he kind of misjudged how far that pass was going to go. He looked like he thought he had a beat on it, and it just sailed over him. So the Eagles are now trailing 46-13. Let's see. It looks like they are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Blake Chapin is out there.
Lots of toilet paper flying in the the student section in the home team stands.
Blake Shapen's alone in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. There's a snap. He is looking to the right, and he finds a man good for the 2-point conversion. Jalen Abraham, the name we've become very familiar with tonight, was his intended target and his successful target. So that's 2 more points for the Eagles as they trail 46-15. Do you think we'll see an onside kick?
We'll see. I'm not sure.
Brooks?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. All right.
All right.
I failed to mention during the halftime show at Akel's Carpet One, they get it for you at wholesale. It's not just a slogan at Akel's Carpet One, it's their real money-saving story. You get the lowest prices on carpets, floors, and real wood cabinets. They have nationwide buying power, low overhead, and local ownership, and that's what makes it all possible. Don't shop at the home centers or online when you can shop local and get the best wholesale prices. At Akel's Carpet One, we make it beautiful for less. AkelsCarpet1.com.
So the Bruins are scooted up a little bit just to prepare for the possible onside kick. Can't quite tell if that ball is set for one to happen, but we'll see in just a sec. There it is, and he does.
He did. Let's see if the Bruins are able to. Yes, they did. They covered it up. 2 of them covered it up at the same time. That was quite impressive.
Yeah. It comes from, at this point, years of practice. That was number 50 and number 41.
Dennis Harris. And I don't have 40. Oh, I'm sorry. That was not Dennis Harris. Thank you. That was Dale Pino and Harrison Lane. Brooks over there gloating because he called it. Called it. Oh, my. Yeah, that's a good one of our fans just messaged us, and I know Popeye can hear me. So on the next break, they ask, why don't you pan across the fans in the stands? They just like to see how many folks are up there, are here for the Bruins tonight.
There's the snap to give to Joe Hyman, who gets about a yard, maybe 2.
So the next timeout or something we get. Oh, here you go. There it is right now.
If you're in the stands right now and you're hearing this wave,
yeah, there you go.
Everybody's your loved ones back at home.
Everybody's looking at you.
Smile.
See who all's here. You're on Candid Camera. I mean, PA Live. All right, here we go. Next play. There's the snap. The kind of shovel pass goes to Joe Hyman. He's got the first down. He's at the 35, working his way to the 30. He's working up to the 25, the 20. Still a little stutter step, 15, and he's forced out of bounds there. And the late hit is going to draw the flag.
I mean, that was, I don't know if that was a necessary flag. It wasn't really, I mean, it was the defender kind of let up at the end there, and I'm not sure it should have been thrown. But is it me, or was Hyman look like he was running out of breath there?
I don't think he was running out of breath. I think he was trying to stutter step so that he would lose that defender because he was kind of matching him step for step. So I can't imagine Joe Hyman losing breath for anything.
It just looked like he was stopped for a sec to just be like, come on, people, tackle me. I'm tired of running.
Once again, they're having to remind the clock operator to keep the clock running.
With 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. And there it goes. 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game now. Looks like Bruffett's going to get the snap out here. Hyman's to his left.
8.5 minutes remaining in the game. There's the snap. Handoff immediately goes to Joe Hyman, and
they might have got him for tripping.
Yeah, we'll see. There is a flag on the play. They are going to. That penalty is going to go against the Eagles.
Nope,
oh no, it's not.
A holding penalty on the Bruins. I'm curious what the record is for holding penalties that have been thrown in one game, because I imagine it's been broken tonight.
Right.
I'm not sure if the referees just gave them a warning beforehand in the game and said, we're going to be calling this, and they didn't take them serious, or what the case is, but this is bordering on excessive. Yes, satire.
Could be, yeah.
Absurdity. Any number of words would have, excessive.
Just plain silly.
Dumb. Unnecessary.
Bruffett
ridiculous.
Bruffett's back out there. He has one receiver on the right side, 4 to the left. There's the snap. He's rolling out the left side. A little bit of pressure. Their pass is out there, but it's incomplete. They had 3 receivers in that area, but nobody was free to catch that one. They were all well covered.
You know, at this point, it's amazing that I'm expecting to see a flag on every play.
Right.
There wasn't one.
Yeah.
Not that time.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it there, too.
I was just looking out in the field because the students are throwing some stuff in the air here and there. And
it's really throwing me off because I keep thinking something. They're throwing it on the field, but they're not.
Yeah, anytime something's thrown, I'm thinking, okay, that's a flag now
Right.
because we've seen so many of them.
7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the game. I think we had the same thought there.
Yep. Oh, uh-oh.
Bruffett had to cover up the snap.
The snap came when he was not expecting it. He was looking at the sidelines, and it went right behind him. He falls on it. So
I was looking because the band just started playing as soon as the Bruins went down to snap the ball, and that's one of the things that I know in Arkansas you can't do.
Yeah.
So maybe they have different rules here, but if you're in the red zone,
yeah,
then you can't do that. So. Or at least you're not supposed to.
No.
It is against the rules. So
3rd down and 26 now. 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes, 6:25 left in the game.
10 seconds on the play clock. Bruffett has the snap, looking to pass. Pass is complete. Oh, and that's Pfizer who received the lateral pass, and he threw it, and it was intended for. Trying to see who that is. I think that says 0-1, but that can't be right.
No.
81.
81. That was
Charlie Barker.
Yeah. Well, and there was some fans kind of booing that play call there, and on our side of the field, the Eagles fans probably aren't thinking that a trick play this late in the game with the lead that it is, but they don't understand that Coach Kelly is not doing this for this game.
No, he's now practicing for next week.
Yeah, or not just practicing, but giving other teams something to think about.
Right.
In future games, and he talked about that on his the interview, not the most recent one, the one before, but he's always trying to think 2 or 3 steps ahead. And so that's what we're seeing right there. We're not seeing unsportsmanlike play where we're trying to run at the score. It's
Well, that's one of the things we talked about, I think, this week, too, was the fact that, when they're this late in the game, again, they're not looking at this game. He's now thinking about next week and trying to see what's going to work and what won't work. So he's
giving them practice.
Right. So just heard from Patrick Phelan watching the game. He said, great job. Thank you very much, sir. 6 minutes, 1 second remaining in the game. And it looks like the Bruins are going to attempt a field goal.
Yep. I mean, again, gives them practice. Gives Clay James a chance to show what he can do.
Oh, and caught him off sides. So, had another fan text us in, say, let's go Dale Pino.
It's always fun to call out, the names that we don't normally hear, when they're making big plays like Dale fell on that.
He just called false start on the Bruins. Yeah, that's what he said. And they backed it up.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
You know what? They just wanted to give Clay a little more
room.
A little more room.
He said, that's not enough of a challenge, guys. Can you please just move a little? Sure. 4th and 31. Oh, and now they do it. So let's go back. Well, they did it the first time, too, but,
Yep. And somehow we have an injury on the field.
How? No, I think he's just taking a knee.
So now we're right back where we started, and the clock's still running.
Well, he just told him to start it again. 5 at 20. There's the snap. Finally, there's the kick, but it does get deflected.
And it is a live ball. So number 1, Rattler picks it up and he is running free.
Oh, wow, he's in the open now.
And Clay James is the only man to stop him, and
he
does.
He did. Wow, that's a fantastic stop for Clay James.
It helps that he gets lots of practice playing defense.
No kidding. Well, if Clay James isn't there getting that stop, he's gone.
Yeah.
There was nobody else anywhere in the vicinity.
And
but it
he
looks
is
like
injured.
Yeah, he's
appears to be upset about something.
He is upset, quite upset. I'm not sure whether it's – well, he did trip him up by the ankle, so maybe it's an ankle injury or something, but it didn't look like it was anything that would have caused him an injury.
Yeah, he's gesturing furiously at something he thinks happened is what I'm gathering, because he's talking to the referee. He's not talking to the –
Right, not talking to the coaches or the trainer.
Yeah, like he feels like something –
he was wronged.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. So with 4 minutes and 51 seconds left in the game, Bruins leading 46-15. After that blocked or field goal attempt, the Eagles now have the ball right at midfield, about the 48, 49-yard line. Brooks, how we doing over there?
I'm hanging in there.
Good. And Rattler is able to run off the field on his own power. Good to see that.
That's always good.
Yep. So.
Let's see, I heard, way to go, guys. Can we see the cheerleaders on the other side? Yeah. We're trying to, try to get the shot of them every once in a while. First half. Oh, on this side. Oh, I see, yeah. He switched sides during halftime. So on one side, first half, the other side.
There's the snap, and the pass is to the right side,
and it came loose, but it went out of bounds. So I thought Fuda was about to knock it loose and keep it.
Yeah, he looked like it. Certainly wouldn't be the first time for him.
Once again, congratulations to Fuda for being named the Defensive Player of the Week this week.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Now the Eagles once again pick up the first down. Now pass, it's out there. It's received by Jalen Abraham. He's on the run, and he's tripped up by the ankle.
By Caleb Nichols.
After another first down. The Eagles really want to get some more points on the board with 3:55 remaining in the game.
But they're not entirely in much of a hurry. Over there they go, start to speed it up.
Yeah. 20 seconds on the play clock. Go Clay James.
You misread that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go Clay J.
There you go.
There you go. I'm so used to being handed notes that are kind of scribbled, and I have to read between the lines.
So 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the game.
I'm surprised we haven't heard more from Matt Johnston tonight. He's probably asleep by now.
It was good coverage by Trent. Trent Sawyer there on Rattler, who was not able to come up with that pass over the middle. Bugs are starting to come out in force. So there's 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in this game.
If you have a whole lot of bugs, just go to Stack Overflow and recompile. That's what I tell folks.
Is that a little IT humor?
It's a little programmer joke.
Programming humor. I'm sorry.
There's the pass. It's out there. Clay James is on the coverage, and that pass was just overthrown. It didn't need defending too much.
No, well, and that was identical to a play they scored a touchdown on earlier. That was number 3, Walker Johnson. That was the intended receiver, and he was just overthrown. Actually, threw it to the wrong shoulder side and overthrew him. So 2 minutes exactly left in this game. Bruins have a comfortable lead of 46-15. 4th down and 12 to go. Is that correct? Yep.
Yeah.
So they're going for it.
They certainly are.
4th down. No reason not to at this point.
Right. They're already deep in Bruin territory, so it works out. Looks like he's going to pass to the left side. He's got a man out there, and it's a touchdown for the Eagles. That pass was completed to Walker Johnson. Puts the Eagles on the board, first time in the second half. Is that right? Second time.
Second time.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, they were.
Somebody said, "Do you think the Bruins will win?" I'm pretty sure they will. 1 minute, 32 seconds. I'm sure that this person just sent this alone just to see if I'll say it. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
You said it wrong.
What?
You said how much wood would a woodchuck chuck? It's wood could a woodchuck chuck.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I think he had
That's what
it right.
you get for challenging the attorney on a technicality.
Objection, Your Honor.
There's the snap, and Chapin is running for the end zone, and
got it.
he does a little dipsy-dude doddle turn to get in there. I'm not really sure what he was doing. He looked like he was actually challenging a Bruin defender to hit him, but they let up. So, minute and 32 seconds left.
I didn't hear him say who it was, and I didn't see the sign, but somebody called timeout on the field with 1:32 seconds remaining in the game. Let's see what other fan feedback we have here. Watching from Nashville, Tennessee, go Bruins. Bill from Hubbard, Ohio, loved the IT joke since I'm a software QA automation engineer and a big fan of Coach Kelly. There you go. QA engineers, they know how to test it. Let's see. And any news on the former Bruins that are now Razorbacks? No? That's something we should maybe consider doing.
All I can tell you right now is Hudson Henry is
Hunter.
Hunter Henry.
No, Hudson. Yeah, Hudson.
Shut up.
Well, they said NFL.
No, he said
college.
Razorbacks.
I was thinking of the NFL players across the way. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay,
no.
Hudson's not playing, and neither is John David White. Both of them are probably going to be redshirted. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh, a nice big hop.
Bruins have it.
Yeah, they do. The Bruins have it. That was that onside kick was fielded by Dale Pino.
Well done.
And he was able to
Dale Pino.
Right. He was able to push that up another 5 yards to take possession at the 45-yard line in the Eagles' territory.
And I consider us at this point connoisseurs of onside kicks.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And that was a good one.
Yes, that was well done.
If it could have stood to be a little higher.
Yeah.
To get over the.
I think Savannah Goodwin could probably give him some tips.
Oh yeah.
But other than it was respectable.
It was quality, yeah.
Yeah, it was quality onside kick.
So, Pfizer is out to take the snap in the shotgun. There's a snap. He passes it to the left. Tell you who the intended target was in a second, and it's out to about 8 yards over the.
That was to
40-yard line of
86, I think. Yeah, 86. That's Zach Biagioni.
Biagioni.
Another one of our wrestlers.
Good to call his name tonight.
Mark Giesel said he would like to shout out for his son Nicholas Giesel, number 42 Bruins.
There's the direct snap to Woods, who is stood up right around the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard there. It was, Pfizer went out to the left side in motion, but it was a bit of a distraction.
Mark is watching the game from Oklahoma City Golf and Country Club in Oklahoma. Good to have you join us. Thank you very much.
Did they have the game on there?
30 seconds remaining in this game. Well, people have phones.
Well, I know, but
you can actually open up YouTube on your phone. And
it's just a pretty specific place. I'm wondering, there's the pass to the left by Pfizer. He finds, did I say number 11?
That's 18.
No, that's 18. That is Nick Giesel.
Yeah, Nick Giesel. Speak of him. Look at that.
And it's good for a Bruin first down as the clock ticks down 3, 2, 1, and that is the game as the Bruins take it 46-23 here in Shreveport, Louisiana.
What a game. It's been a lot of fun. Tell you what, we're going to wrap this thing up pretty quick in just a moment. Stick around. We'll be right back to finish out tonight. Thanks for watching, but we'll be right back. This is Bruin Football on PA Live.
Senior Courtney Robinson is our Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week. Courtney is a member of the Lady Bruins volleyball team and a National Merit semifinalist. She puts her heart and soul and incredible work ethic into the classroom and the volleyball court. Courtney is an incredible role model for girls of all ages. Please join us in recognizing Courtney Robinson, the Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week.
Hi, I'm Matt Walsh, and you're watching PA Live.
All right, welcome back to Rodney Duran Field at Evangel Christian Academy, where the Bruins have just completed this game against a very good team here at Evangel Christian. The Eagles really, they made the Bruins really work it out tonight, and the Bruins walked away with a good victory.
Yeah, and you saw at the end there, the Eagles started to show what they're really capable of. It almost seems like, they got shell-shocked by that initial onslaught by the Bruins, where they scored and then recovered the onside kick and then scored again, and they just kind of got away with it, and it was far enough that the Eagles couldn't get back in the game. While Brooks tallies up his figures, I'm going to go ahead and hand out the Bear Claws.
Okay.
On the offensive side, it's going to be a dual one. Do you want to guess who?
No, go ahead.
No, the two quarterbacks. We're going to go ahead and give it to Pfizer and Bruffett, who did an excellent job of trading out, taking turns, finding their targets. Very few miscues. Certainly filled in, and not just filled in, but gave a lot of reason for hope, happiness, whatever, for the future. Because Bratcher's a senior, but next year you're going to have Bruffett and you're going to have Pfizer filling in those roles. On the defensive side, going to give it to Matthew Hugg.
Yeah.
We called his name quite a few times, and he just constantly put the pressure on their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And their quarterback flushed him out of the pocket, and was a very serious threat to bring him down just about every play. And then we'll give a wild card one to Caleb Nichols, who was just all over the field. Making tackles, making catches, making plays. I think maybe even was in on I don't know if it was an onside kick. There was a special teams play that seemed like he was in on, but he was just all over the field, and it's something we don't see a whole lot. I believe Braden Cash was playing both ways tonight, but usually Coach Kelly likes to keep them specific to offense and defense.
Right.
So, for Caleb Nichols to do what he did tonight and make an impact both ways was excellent. While Brooks is still working on those stats, we've got some final scores. Maumelle beat Mills 47-8. Little Rock Christian, as we already talked about, won 42-7 over Greenbrier, and still says that Parkview Rogers in the second quarter. I don't think I believe that. 44-12, McClellan's leading in the fourth quarter, and Bologna is beating BB 57-21.
Well, Brooks, what can you tell us about tonight's game?
Well, I think it was a real exciting ball game. I think the Bruins really jumped out in front of the Eagles tonight, and I think they were kind of shell-shocked a little bit. Of course, I don't think Evangel right now is in their heyday like they used to be. I saw some film earlier, some YouTube earlier in the week, and looked at them and kind of looked at their ranking and everything, and I felt pretty good about the Bruins having a good chance of winning the ball game tonight. Now back in the day, back in 1999, they've got a banner over there said they were the national champs. So
wow, yeah, no kidding.
And look how many state championships they've got. But
Just
I
loads.
think they're down just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think the Bruins. I was really impressed with Bruffett and Pfizer tonight, taking over for Brasher, who's got an injury right now, and I didn't see a whole lot of fall off, really. Now they don't scramble as well as Brasher does.
I think that'll come. It
will.
It's like Holt said. Just give them their time. They give them the snaps in the real game so that they feel the pressure. Once they get used to it, I think that's going to really come. And we've got a couple of really good quarterbacks coming up.
I think so. I really do. I'm pleased with what I see in the future for the Bruins here.
Outstanding.
Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm ready to get back in Arkansas after the past 2 weeks. I mean, I
Yes.
know we split the difference, 1 win, 1 loss, but even if we're going to be on the road at JA Fair, it's
still Little Rock.
It's Little Rock.
Yeah.
It's in Arkansas. Hopefully the weather will be a little kinder.
Well,
we'll actually get some fall weather.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be nice. Well, folks, if you like these broadcasts and you like watching What's Brewing, be sure to head over to YouTube and go to youtube.com/PA Live and subscribe. Go ahead.
Right before the game started, I'll listen to we had it on the YouTube, and I was. If you fans out there hadn't watched that or picked it up, you need to do that. It's a good 15 or 20-minute program, and I think everybody would really like that and enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
You do a good job with that.
Well, I'm appreciative to Crown Trophy for being our sponsor for What's Brewing, and
Coach Kelly for joining in and participating and
he's
giving
been
us
so
all the
supportive
insight.
of
Man,
everything that we're doing this year. So.
I mean, I think the time that I did it, I learned like 3 things just in the course of the interview myself, and I was throwing questions out there thinking, get some insight, and I got way more than I expected.
Right.
Well, he gives so much insight into it. I mean, he kind of, and he alludes to the things of the strategy that he does, and like you said a while ago, he's thinking about several plays in advance, or hey, some coach is going to see us play, and they got to look at this and prepare for it for next week. And the Bruins might not even run it to next week,
right?
But they've got to waste the time to look at it and to study it and prepare for it. But really, I think everybody ought to, and I like the title, What's Brewing, man. You can't beat that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's and it's a lot of fun to do. It is a lot of work, and to find the time and to get over there and shoot it and edit it and produce it. And get it up online, but it is a labor of love because it's a lot of fun, and I do enjoy doing it. So, and hopefully we can find a time where you can get back in there with me.
I'm planning on being, like I said, I'm doing a lot of traveling with work, so I'm not going to be around this week. But, hopefully after this week, everybody will be back home and everybody will be ready to rock and roll in conference play.
Sounds good.
One quick thing before we go. I didn't have time. We don't have the time here to really individually talk about everybody, but the whole Bruin team, total passing yardage was unofficially 379, and the rushing was 147.
Wow. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Well, very good. Great game here for the Bruins tonight. Your final score, Pulaski Academy 46, Evangel Christian 23. It's been a great evening. Lots of the weather's been fantastic, and our hosts have been wonderful. Can't wait, and I hope we're able to see them again soon. But in the meantime, thank you all for joining us and for communicating, being interactive with us this evening. Can't wait till next week. We'll be on the road once again, but we'll be back home at JA Fair. In the meantime, good night, good luck, and 73.